you are, you gay, growing up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Vail. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing trick or treat. Trick or treat if you can hear me in the chat. We have breaking news today with the Three Kings. I was not planning on going live today. I said I was going to give myself a rest so that I could hit y'all up real hard this coming week. And then I get a message right as I was going to take a little afternoon nap, or early evening nap, that Darius Crooks was online crying and whining and crying about the Three Kings tour, Three Queens. I don't know why we call it a tour. The Three Queens event, because a tour is more than one location, more than one stop, and that's all they got is one stop, and that ain't even gonna come to fruition. So thank you to everyone letting me know that you can hear me by typing trick or treat. This chat, y'all been waiting on this one. Oh, y'all been waiting. This chat is moving so quick. But E-Class, not the E-Class from Miami, because we're still waiting on that footage. Springs, 1978, Jackson, Deborah, Oso, Saint Center, Carol, Lawanda, HPP, Delilah, Transparency for one, Sheeta, Life of London, Don, Trey Keisha, and everyone else who's let me know that you can hear me in the chat. Greatly appreciate that. Also, please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. It does a lot to help this channel grow, and it is free to you, but it is priceless to me. So please hit that like. Won't cost you a dime, but will make me a few. So I guess the first poll question is, did you expect three? I should be put queens. Three Kings. What is it? Here it is. I'm having a brain because I want to type Three Queens. Three Kings tour to be canceled. Did you expect it to be canceled? Let me know in the chat. So I'm here to let y'all know what we're going to do. I'm going to do, because what I'm seeing, like as I read through the chat messages everywhere, online, a lot of comments under my videos on the various platforms, on Facebook, the Instagrams, and the YouTubes and all of that, that some people are out of the loop. People catch bits and pieces. That's one way that this predator has been able to thrive for over a decade now with his scamming, because people get bits and pieces and they really don't understand the full story. So the same I find to be true with this particular grift, this particular piece of drama in her life, that people have bits and pieces. Some people thought it was already canceled from the first fake canceling. Some people don't really even know really what this is, you know, all those sort of things. So I'm gonna give a very quick overview of where we have started with this to where we are now, and then we're going to get into the actual live stream. We're going to just basically watch it. I'm going to do some commentary, some starting and stopping of Darius Crooks going live this afternoon, talking about what he's talking about. So the Three Kings tour is a tour. The Three Kings event was a experience. I'm already talking about it in past tense, although I know he has not officially canceled yet, but I'm gonna talk about it in past tense. May she rip. May this event rip. So the Three Kings experience is a brainchild of Darius Crooks. He's done with his Dining with Darius Crooks events that he's been doing across the country for about almost the past, I think, 8 years or so. He brought that to an end because those tickets were not selling out. He was canceling events secretly because he couldn't sell out the events. He was sending messages a day or two before the event talking about 18 seats in Cincinnati, 29 seats left in Florida, like all of that. But, you know, he'll leave that out. He don't tell that part of the story. So anyway, the tickets weren't selling. The seats weren't selling like they used to as he was getting more exposed. More people were finding out about Darius Crooks. And on top of that, yes, he had been doing it for 8 years, traveling, et cetera, et cetera. And so he called it at the end of last year. He was like, that's it. He's done with Dining with Darius Crooks. So then he came up with the brainchild of how can I still get over on my followers in a similar way by doing less work. And so he came up with the idea. Well, he copied. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Most of y'all know, those of y'all who really follow social media and Cooks, social media influencer Cooks and stuff, y'all know that Darius Crooks did not think of this. Y'all know that, what is it, Kimmy Cake? What's her name, Kimmy? Y'all put it in the chat for me. Kimmy and, what is it, Mr. Make It Happen and somebody else. They had an event last summer, if I'm not mistaken. Probably even before that. And it's actually some other influencer cooks who have band together with their unique gifts, you know, a baker, a person who's a cook, and etc. And then they band together and they do these dinner events. Kimmy Creations, thank you so much, Chocolate. Everyone else has been doing this. This ain't new. This ain't new. One Stop Chop and Kimmy Creations. I thought it was somebody else too. But anyway, they had an event last year. Looked beautiful. There were actually people posting the pictures. They weren't hiding their events because they were beautiful. Darius Crooks' former lapdog, Crystal, actually went to one of their events, the Kimmy Creations and her crew. Right, Mr. Make It Happen. That's what I thought. Mr. Make It Happen, Kimmy Creations, and One Stop Chop. So it was 3 of them. Put on a beautiful event. It actually looked elegant. And they were not charging $300 to $400 a ticket. Crystal, who was at that time, had not been excommunicated from the D-Hivers, went to the event to case things out, to get info for her leader, Darius Crooks. So she went there. She even took a picture with them. I was like, she wasn't undercover enough. She started fanning out. Girl, you can't be fanning out when you're spying. She fanning out. She took pictures with Kimmy Creation and her crew. She brings back the information. Next thing you know, Darius Crooks talking about he got an idea that he gonna do the three Queens tour. He had to find somebody. He's been knowing. Supposedly he's been knowing Jeremy. He's been knowing Jeremy supposedly for about a decade. What's his name? Jeremy is the baker. He goes by Sippy Cake King, as in Mississippi Cake King. Then you have Corey right here, Corey Brim. Corey Brim is a traveling bartender, and man child, just a man child. So he already knew Jeremy. He already knew him. Jeremy had a bakery in Mississippi. Darius met him years ago, probably stealing some of his recipes. And Jeremy probably ain't got wind up, ain't really realized. But anyway, they both sassy too. So that's what they got in common. They both very, very, very sassy. Very sassy. So Darius Crooks brought the idea to Jeremy. Jeremy was like, yes, I'm down for it. Darius then was getting messages from Corey. There were social media posts of Corey saying that he wanted to marry this. Corey Brim professes to be a straight man. However, he was putting out multiple messages, tens of them, about the fact that he wanted to marry Darius Crooks and become a power couple. He was saying that he wanted to live with him and everything. He just didn't want to have intimacy with him. That's what he said. However, we saw in the Q&A and other posts that every time Darius Crooks comes around, Corey, he's just in heaven. He's getting the butterflies in the stomach. So anyway, these two agree, and he's become sassy too. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to hear more and more. People start telling you stuff after you start talking about people on your platform. So I'm hearing more and more that he's always had his own sassy ways too, as a straight man. So, and we'll get more into that. So anyway, the three of them band together. They decide they're going to go into this Three Kings tour situation. They meet. They have meetings in Puerto Rico, planning parties where they're talking about Darius Crooks is posting. The real reason we are in San Juan is to get ready for this multi-million-dollar Three Kings on tour. My energy for 2024 is going to hit real different. We are making moves, money moves, or move out of my way. I think we moved out of your way, and so did the money, and so did the ticket sales, because here we are today. So they've been promoting this, just through social media posts and stuff like this, never given details. They hadn't figured out a place. He did tell people way back before he even had a place, which tell you he just had created a number in his mind. He had already told his followers that he was going to charge $300 for the general admission and $400 for VIP. Now, today he tells the story. Now, this was, y'all help me out in the chat. A lot of y'all been keeping up with this. So this is a lot because I ain't had time to really put the timeline together because I wasn't planning on coming in on here today. But she always up to her tricks and stunts and trying to keep up with it now. But she was telling them way back, if I'm not mistaken, late December, maybe early January, she already had the price for the event and they hadn't even found a venue yet, which tells me she was already trying to get the $300 to $400. She like, I'm upping the ante. I was able to get the $289 out of them for the dining with Darius, and all I was doing was feeding them in the garages of Airbnbs. And they had industrial fans on them at some of those events because there wasn't enough AC pumping through the houses because the houses weren't made to have 30 wide black people there. I don't want to say the wide back thing. I know that became a thing on a Breakfast Club last week. So they sitting there with industrial fans blowing in their face, blowing the uncooked chicken juices all over them. And in garages with the garage door open. We got all that. I've showed y'all that stuff before. So he like, if they'll accept that for $289, I'm going to up the ante and make it start at $300 and go up to $400. And I'm going to tell them this is going to be a high-end experience. We're going to go into a banquet hall. Get y'all a banquet hall. So anyway, comes up with this event. The experience supposedly When they put the tickets out finally for sale, which was only less than 30 days ago, it was February 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, the tickets go on sale. They say it's it's in Chicago. Well, people look at the address, and when you look at the address, is this here? Yeah, you look at the address, it is an hour outside of Chicago with no traffic. And depending on what part of Chicago you're in, Chicago is very big. That's if you're like downtown, central Chicago, then it's an hour away. If you live on the south side, south suburbs, which a lot of his followers do, you're talking about 2 hours plus with traffic because the event starts at 7 p.m. That puts you in rush hour traffic on a Friday. Everybody know Fridays are the worst days for afternoons are the worst days for traffic. Arnetta Session says, I live in Chicago. It's a nice area. What is it called? Killdeer, Illinois. I had never heard of it. He keeps saying it's near. He doesn't even say the name of that city. What does he say is near? God damn it. It ain't Lake Geneva, but shit, it's about. I'm sorry, I'm on YouTube. Heck, it's about that far. Out in the boonies. I don't care how goddamn nice it is. I ain't driving 2 hours for no chicken on a stick and Hennessy flavored everything. Somebody put in my we'll probably talk about it later. Lake Zurich. Thank you so much. Sorry, I got too much going on over here. Chocolate. Thank you so much. And Donna Hammond. It's near Lake Zurich. We know about Lake Zurich. Who the hell heard of a Killdeer, Illinois? That's when you gotta not only you gotta give a reference of a suburb around the one you talking about. You know, ain't nobody heard of it. He ain't even using the proper suburb. And you can't say Chicago. And right, HPP talking about the cops will be waiting. So will the burning crosses and pitchforks and the Trump flags and the Confederate flags. Yes, trust me, Illinois, we got that foolishness too. So he has them driving 2 hours outside of Chicago. Well, 2 hours outside of where most of the black people live in Chicago. Most of his followers. Got him driving 2 hours outside of that to go for chicken on a stick and Hennessy flavored stuff. Somebody sent me who was, I think they're a baker or something. They told me that all this Hennessy flavored stuff that he has there, they're like, he's not going to actually use real Hennessy bottle. Like he's not going to pay the money for real Hennessy, what we will get in, the liquor stores. There's Hennessy flavored extract. That's what he's going to be using. Just like rum extract and stuff. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. So he really getting over. He using extract, not even the real alcohol. Craziness. So fast forward, the tickets, they put the tickets, before the tickets go on sale, let me stay in order with my notes. Before the tickets go on sale, they do a Q&A live. On this Q&A live, you have Jeremy, Corey, and LaQuinty gets on there. LaQuinty is their project manager. And okay, I thought I had pulled her picture in there. I guess I did. She's in this photo here. Wait, it's so tiny. But anyway, LaQuinty is on there. Now, obviously, this was an idea that came from a person who really wanted to put this together properly. And I'm thinking LaQuinty, because Darius Crooks wasn't on the live stream at the start time, although he was advertising. It was supposed to start at 8 p.m. Eastern. Darius Crooks didn't get on there to 9:14 p.m. He was about an hour and 14 minutes late. He gets on there and then references that he didn't want to be there no way, and that it wasn't his idea, and he thought it was, who cares about what's this Q&A thing y'all trying to do? And let's get it going. 9:15, Lydia Jones is saying. Get on there, 9:15. Got people waiting an hour and 15 minutes. And they didn't get the show started because they act like they didn't know what to do until he got there. He gets there. LaQuinty gets to asking the most mundane questions I've ever heard in my life. And meanwhile, this Q&A is supposed to be informing people about this event so that people would be interested in wanting to purchase tickets, et cetera, et cetera. All we learned was that they don't really like each other. There's drama behind the scenes. Darius Crooks gets them almost kicked out of every place they go. These are things we learned. We ain't learned about Springs 1978. The Q&A was dreadful. How dreadful? Dreadful. So we learned that Darius Cooks get them kicked out of most places they go. We learned that Jeremy doesn't care for Corey. We learned that Corey can't hold his liquor and is a man-child and is a self-professed straight man who seems to be in love with Darius Crooks in a little creepy way. In a like, I need to get a restraining order when I finally break up with you, when I stop being friends with you. It ain't gonna end nice. Corey has probably written a friend contract for Darius. We know how he don't buy about no contracts though. Is that kind of creepy? So, and we learned that LaQuinty thinks that Corey is a man-child, goofy, and doesn't respect him and is irritated by him. We learned some other stuff, but that's off the top of my head. So that's all we learned. We didn't learn what the menu was going to be. The tickets were supposed to go on sale the next day. They still didn't have a menu ready. Still wasn't really giving no details of the event, except for Darius Crooks said, it's going to be a unique experience. See, when you come in, you ain't going to know what you're going to get. You're going to have different stations. And it's going to be, they describe the courses as 2, 2, and 2. Like Applebee's, the 2 for $20. He said that they were saying you get 2 drinks. So Corey Brimes makes the drinks. He's the mixologist. Whatever. I guess we'll read the menu for shits and giggles one more time. So he makes the 2 drinks. Let me just pull them up. Pull it over here so I can actually read it. So you had your 2 drinks. Corey had created. Now, it's only on the menu. We ain't seen it. We ain't seen them make it in real life. Don't know what it looked like or nothing. The side piece, because they trying to do this like cool, urban, soulful. Let me just get you, hit you in your African-American soul. So you're going to be like, side piece? Oh, that's so cute and funny. Oh, I know what a side piece is. You got a drink named a side piece? Oh, my God, I can't wait to pay $400. That's what they think. Side piece is Hennessy sidecar with a sidecar popsicle. Then he had Between the Sheets with sparkling Hennessy fizz with rum. That's your 2 cocktails. Then you have the entree. This is made by Darius Crooks. Created by, it's on paper. We ain't never seen it. Fried chicken on a stick with Hennessy citrus hot sauce. Collard green risotto garnished with crispy collards. Then the second entree is creamed spinach stuffed salmon with roasted garlic Hennessy cream, melted Brussels sprouts. Still trying to figure out what the hell a melted Brussels sprout is. With beef, bacon, and roasted corn pico de gallo. So that was Darius. Then you have Jeremy's entree. I'm sorry, that's the dessert. He's the cake man. Maple butter pecan ice cream with Hennessy caramel, salted caramel turtle brownie topped with Hennessy caramel glaze and roasted pecans. Now, something I found interesting, I saw in somebody's comment today as I was browsing different stuff. They said you can get this at I think they said Applebee's or Fridays or somewhere, that they have this dessert. And he talking about this stuff unique. Y'all ain't used to elevated desserts. I don't consider nothing at a Fridays or Applebee's to be an elevated dessert, but okay. The second dessert is white chocolate Hennessy bread pudding with salted caramel sauce and vanilla bean ice cream. Now, this is your menu. That's it. That's your only options. However, this is how it works per Darius Crooks. You come in and you don't know what you're going to get. It's going to be an experience. You're going to walk in and there'll be stations. And some of y'all are going to go over to get your entree first. And then others are going to go over and get your drinks, your cocktails first. And then the rest of you are going to go get your dessert first. And I was like, yeah, record scratch. What? Dessert first? First of all, you better not give me no entree with nothing to drink. I'm like, dessert first, which means they can't handle the crowd. Everybody not getting served in sequential order. Yo, it's gonna be random as hell. And for $300 to $400, you only get those 2 drinks. Unless you swapping with people, I guess. But you only get those 2 drinks. You only get those 2 entrees. So you better love Hennessy because everything got Hennessy in it. If you don't eat fish, you're allergic to it or something, that means you only get your 1 entree. You only getting the chicken, fried chicken on a stick. Because the other entree is the salmon. If you vegan, you ass out for the whole thing. Hell, if you're vegetarian, you're out. Well, at least definitely with the entrees. But they're so brilliant. So brilliant. So that was the menu. And they got a lot of pushback. You finally had the D-Have like, what y'all doing? Like, this ain't making sense. Y'all got us driving 2 hours outside of Chicago. Y'all charging more than any event ever costs, even with other influencers who are doing the same exact thing in a better way. They're putting out their menus. Okay, so that all happens. That menu I just read, y'all, the tickets went on sale on Thursday. The menu came out, I think, what, Saturday? Like 2-3 days later? The menu wasn't even out and they wanted people to start buying tickets. That's the amount of arrogance that Darius Crooks has at this point because he's indoctrinated his followers. And I know it's quite a few of y'all in here tonight. He's indoctrinated you guys so much that he doesn't think that you care about anything but his presence, touching the hem of his garment, his satanic garment. So you have that, and the ticket sales were abysmal. It just wasn't happening. Last I had, and these numbers don't look that much different than the ones I got here, but these are from a couple days ago. But literally, the sales look about like this still today. For the VIP tickets, so he had 100 VIP tickets at $400. And they had 200 general admission tickets for $300. The difference between the VIP and the general admission was that the VIP got in an hour earlier to be able to have hors d'oeuvres, some champagne, some watered down champagne most likely, and they got reserved seating. And what I interpret, because that's kind of a broad statement, I'm like, it must have been open tables in a certain area that they get to pick from. Then the general admission came in an hour later. Oh, I'm sorry. And the VIP also would have time to take pictures with Darius Crooks and company. The general admission were not guaranteed any pictures. Also, it was stated that Darius Crooks was going to be roped off with ropes and stanchions. So most likely the general admission wasn't going to be able to get a picture with him at all. They don't have reserved seating, so there was going to be musical chairs happening, some fighting, some tussling. I got 4 people with me. I got 5. I need that table. Get up. Like all that. And you know he don't care about none of that. He ain't trying to keep none of that organized. And then they got in 15 minutes before the event started, which still just makes no sense to me. 15 minutes before is when the general admission gets in. What? They need at least 30 minutes. So with all of that being said, as of today, these numbers literally, I think these numbers have jumped maybe 1 or 2, maybe no more than 10 people, about 10 people, literally. So the VIP tickets had about 70 sold out of the 100. The general admission only had 173 tickets left out of the 200. And those numbers, again, still look about the same. If y'all know the actual numbers, put it in the chat. That I didn't have time to figure all that out. I did browse real quick, but I wasn't seeing no post from it. So Darius Crooks then takes to his IG. Finally today, he's acknowledging and admitting defeat to some degree. But that is why I told y'all to say trick or treat in the beginning of this, because I also know that Darius plays internet games. So what I'm not 100% sure about is if this was a ploy, because he hasn't officially canceled it. He's talked about canceling and saying, well, it look like y'all don't want this. Look like we might as well cancel. Well, I ain't made no decision yet, but it look like we probably gonna cancel. But he's still trying to play on their sympathy. Well, yeah, I mean, y'all said y'all wanted stuff, but it don't look like nobody really want this. It don't look like, this or that. So I'm thinking one or two things are going to happen. Well, three things. Either he's using this to try to get more sales, because he did. Oh, I forgot this. He sent out an email earlier today, literally probably an hour or two. I'll give about 2 hours. I'll just say a couple because I don't know the exact time, but I know I got the message that he was discounting the tickets by $75. I knew that was coming. I told y'all that in the last live when we talked about this, that the discount tickets were coming. And I wanted to tell the D-hacks, hold on, girls and men, hold on. If y'all hold on a little longer, he gonna discount them tickets. So sure enough, today he discounted them by $75. And within a couple hours, he's then getting on the IG Live talking about, we might cancel. Yeah, we did send out the email today, and we got a couple people, but blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if you had just put out the discount today, why would you in like 2 hours or so, a couple hours, run and say, oh, I think we're going to cancel it? Unless you're trying to use that as a method to make them say, no, don't cancel. I'm going to pay now. I'm going to do it. I was going to wait, but I'm going to do it now. So either, right, that's not even a discount E-Class ad. Right, please hit that like button. Please, it's, that's a little older message. 683 people in the live, and we have, what the damn likes that? Why does it look different than normal? Anyway, I can't even see the likes on this thing. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, hit that like button for sure, because we're down. The likes ain't matching the views. So he that doesn't make sense. So I'm like, either he's doing it as a ploy to boost sales, because he does that and he'll play on the emotions. And we're going to see some of that in what we're going to watch. So either he's doing it to boost sales, or he is in fact going to cancel this and playing the long game, as in, I'm going to leave these tickets on sale a little longer. I am going to end up canceling it, but it's going to get more people are going to buy. I'm now not going to be paying staff to go. I'm not going to be paying, they probably got a little deposit on the venue or something, whatever with that. But all those, the travel expenses, lodging, et cetera, he ain't going to have to worry about that. He's telling them that they will get a discount, but we know, do we know, from experience after experience after experience, that refunding these people is going to be a feat that will likely not happen. So I could see him getting more sales, canceling an event, telling everybody he's going to refund them. And then when people start, they wait a week or two or whatever, and a month usually is when they really get rambunctious about not getting their refunds. And when people start getting in the chat saying they ain't got their refunds, he's going to be blocking their ass left and right. And there you go. So he still made money from the event and didn't have to go nowhere. So I'm like, that could be possibly what he's doing as well. We'll see. Long game. Like, I don't know for sure. I'm not saying that the event is definitely canceled. We will do cancel watch. Like we're watching a storm coming. We'll do cancel watch. I guess tonight he may go live about it. Well, he gonna go live tonight. We'll see if he makes a decision. If not, if he makes one tomorrow, etc., we'll come on and we'll talk about it. So moving on. Then Corey is very interesting to me. Corey Brim. Corey, he posted. A lot of people found it interesting that me reading, because what I didn't mention is when the sales weren't going well a couple days ago, when they realized people weren't jumping to the pandemonium that Jeremy said would happen with this, and instead they were getting critiques about the menu and the location and the price of it, et cetera, et cetera. All three of the kings came out with their Queenish ranting behavior. Jeremy did, and I'm not going to reread it because I read it in our other live. Jeremy came out ranting, talking about he gonna henny your ass down and you gonna eat every drop of whatever he makes. In summary, that's what he told y'all. Then Corey came out with his rant, yelling with his capital letters here and there. And he was saying he's been in hospitality for over 20 plus years. He's never seen nothing like this. And you know, if white people was doing this, they'd be getting sponsored by AT&T and whoever else. And not one of you three-eyed heathen bats would bat a single false eyelash at it, and called y'all third grade level mental ward patients, and, you know, told y'all clowns, all kind of stuff. So he just ranting and ranting. Now these are people who are asking, who are saying, oh, our ticket sales are a lot lower than what we expected. But then they go off on y'all. Is that supposed to motivate y'all? Because it didn't. I think they learned that lesson. This is the opposite of what you're supposed to do when you're trying to get people to buy something from you. The opposite. Quite the opposite. Then you had Darius Crooks. You know, he does his long diatribe. He's explaining, you know, y'all would complain about anything we decided to do. Y'all acting like I don't drink Hennessy this, I don't eat Hennessy that. But, you know, I just decided, forget what y'all saying. Y'all crazy. I just took an edible and went to sleep on y'all. Then he explained later on in the rant all the things, you know, that it took to put it together. Y'all don't understand. This costing $20,000. The menu itself for the food is $20,000. The venue costs $20,000. Now he's talking about it's only costing $18,000, but that's a whole nother story. That price keeps dropping. And all the things, they got 59 no's and only one yes in Chicago for a venue. I keep saying this is not Chicago, so you got 0 yeses in Chicago. He telling another line this live we'll talk about in a minute. I want to hurry up and get to that. How long we've been on here? Ooh, geez, I'm pushing it. So they doing all that. So I read Corey's rant, and people enjoyed it. And I was like, I'm not repeating it. I get it because it was funny, but go watch the video if you missed it. However, Corey had another post where he is talking about how blessed he is. And I did not know that Corey had me blocked until I was looking for the actual post. I saw it in the exposed group and I was like, oh, I need the full length of it. And then I was like, why Corey's name won't come up? And I was like, oh, he blocked me. He don't understand backup pages. So anyway, I went to my backup page and still pull what I need to pull. So I think he might have heard my reenactment. My reenactment from his rant. So Corey's most recent post was in regards to him appearing on, and I'll just put this in, where is it?
Question is who's going to be doing the honors?
I'll mute it. Anyway, he made an appearance on a news show on Fox 5. He's been on there from what I'm hearing, like, you know, a few times. Come to figure out, like, once I actually watched the little clip, it's like a person he has an association with. That's the host of the show. So, you know, it's the hookup. And that's fine. That's good. It's all about relationship and networking, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, he gives this post. He does this post. And he says, and y'all know I'm going to do it in his voice, in the way that he writes. This is it. So y'all know what I'm reading from, but I'll let y'all see that. He says, and now when he has capital letters, capital letters mean you're yelling. So he says, people, how did you get, so he's saying people ask him, people, how did you get on Fox 5 so much? Me, God, people. How do you get to meet all these celebrities? Me, God, people. How did you get hired in other parts of the country? Me, God. Drop this and put his thing up so y'all can see this. People, what advice can you give me that will help me grow my business? Me, God. I'm not trying to be funny or what's the new word everyone throwing around on podcasts now? Gatekeeper. I truly believe that I am walking in the season I've prayed for. And not only that, I have been obedient with what I asked God to do for me, my life, and my business. This journey has been personal. My story is I gave the remaining time that I have left to God. I asked to be healed, transformed, made whole, lifted up, encouraged, supported, elevated, loved. I desire to become who God made me to be. No one else. I knew from day one that this walk wouldn't be easy and it wouldn't be overnight. I understand the assignment. I remember the other journeys where I promised to do better, only to fail because it wasn't happening fast enough. This time is different because God set my time this go around. Basically, if it takes me a day or 1,000,000 days, I'm still going to arrive on time because God's in control, not me. I'm not posting this long paragraph for engagement or the algorithm. There are people out there just like me. You are being faithful to your gift. God didn't stop blessing people at me. No. If you are reading, watching, witnessing any part of my journey, please know that I let go 15 years ago. It's not me. Corey, it's not me. 2024. Hashtag big God energy. I made it through. Corey, that's not how you write, dude. You got to stop writing like that. And you see how much energy that takes? Corey, it's not supposed to take that much energy for somebody to read your stuff. Jesus, it got me hot and everything. Jesus. Okay, so that's why he blocked me, y'all. Y'all got me blocked. Y'all so silly. Y'all are so freaking silly. So it was pain. What do you mean? A of 520 is saying that was painful veil. Hell, I had to do it. Y'all just listening and typing laughing emojis. So anyway, Corey, that was his post from a day ago, related to him being, all the things that are happening great in his life, including the lack of sales in this event. But what I noticed was earlier today, I think Corey is out of the loop as usual. We can kind of get it from what we saw in the Q&A. The Q&A really gave us like a peek behind the veil of what's really happening in Darius Crooks land, in the Scampire. And what we saw was there's really a lack of respect for Corey. Corey's looked at as the clown of the group. We pretty much know that. Let me close out this poll because I'll probably be putting another one up in a second. Did you expect the Three Kings tour to be canceled? 77% of you said yes. 23% of you said no. We still don't have the answer though. I'm still reserving. I'm like, I don't know yet. Because Darius Crooks, he plays these internet games. Some of y'all know, some of y'all still think everything he does is real, and it's not. So I'm just reserving because I don't know for sure if this is like a tactic. So Corey seemed to be out of the loop that Darius Crooks was getting on today to basically say he's contemplating canceling this thing. Now, Darius said that he had been on the phone with Jerome earlier today, and then he had just got off the phone with Corey. Seems like there are two different, him having conversations with two different conversations, and kind of like y'all business partners. Why aren't y'all all talking together? That's the whole thing. But I'm like, he's probably separating them on purpose because he probably creates a level of conflict between the two of them, so they never become close enough to actually band against him, because he's kind of been through that before when he tried to get over me and his best friend. And then we realized through our trauma of dealing with him, like, oh, we gotta watch out for each other because this fool trying to get us. By that time, it was too late, to be honest. But Corey was sitting there posting on social media during the same time frame that Darius Crooks is going on talking about I might cancel this. Corey says I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Because that took a lot out of me, that first one. He can type this whole thing in caps. He missed the part of elementary, high school, and he probably never went to college to know that when you type in caps, I don't know, because he typed part of it. He got all kind of stuff going on. I just noticed it ain't all in caps, just the beginning. Bear with me, y'all. We are now just days away from the Three Kings on Tour Chicago event. I am so honored, excited, and blessed to be a part of this once in a lifetime opportunity. Corey, get your tickets now. 2024. Three Kings on tour. Darius Crooks, Jeremy, T. Jones, Corey Brim. So yeah. So I'm like, he's promoting while Scampa is on his IG lives telling us that the event is not selling and they're going to cancel. I'm like, can y'all make up your mind? Can y'all get on the same page, please? Not making sense. So now we get to the Uncle Ruckus of cooking. His IG lives. He's running across the internet streets from his Facebook to his Instagram, or Instagram to his Facebook. Poll question I'm putting out here now is, did you know that this is the second time that Darius Crooks has taunted his following with canceling the Three Kings tour? Did you know? Some of y'all didn't. I know. That's why I'm asking this question. Did you know that this is not the first time he said that this thing was going to get canceled? Getting people all in an uproar, getting all that social media humbubbing going on. Got people eyes wandering all around, trying to figure out what's going on. Did you know that today was not the first time that he's pretty much said he's going to cancel this tour? The first time, in fact, was, I don't know, y'all, shit, it's all blur. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, he gets on and he says that they are going to cancel the Three Kings tour because Jeremy's husband was being teased online. I was like, what are y'all, 5 years old? What is happening here? Here's the clip. And I'm not sure about the volume. My system is, unless I re-edit it, I can't get the volume too high. So hopefully it's just fine for y'all. But if it ain't, turn it up. I can't turn it on. I won't see nobody in the chat time. I turn it up, Bill. I can't. This is as loud as it's going to be.
What's up? What's been going on in the whole bit? You know, I operate in 15,000% transparency. So let's chat. Let's talk.
That's the first lie. 15,000% transparency. First of all, ain't no such number as that in percentage. But second of all, that's how we know you're lying and gaslighting. So did you know this is the first time here that we're watching that Darius Crooks basically acted like he was canceling the tour. Yeah, he does a lot of this for theatrics. This is a soap opera to him. This is a reality show. When y'all realize that, it'll help y'all out a lot better because he's playing with y'all emotions.
Let me key you into what's happening, all right? So here's where we are. Before I even get started, no, there is nothing going on with Jeremy. There's nothing going on with Corey, nothing going on with me. We are all good. Our relationships are all amazing. This has nothing to do with that at all. But I have haters, and they have made a lot of noise. So a couple things. We posted the venue that we were going to do the Three Kings at yesterday, and I have this exposing Darius Crooks hate group. Now I have all the pictures and the images, and I know who did what in the whole bit because my people are actually in that group, so they are reporting back to me every time something happens. But they called the facility and spoke to people and this, that, and the third, and the narrative, he's a scammer, he's a crook, don't rent to him, this, that, and the third. And so we were able to get past that, right? Not a big deal, right? They're cool, we understand, this, that, and the third. Here's where I draw the line. I can't allow anybody else to get hurt, right? Hurt me, talk about me, put me down, scammer me, do whatever to me, right? But I can't allow that to happen to anybody else. And in the hate group, they posted, I have the images, they posted.
I'm doing commentary throughout all of this because I'm not going to bore y'all and have y'all get hypnotized by this gaslighting cult leader. So what he's talking about here is what he's coined the hate group. And that's so his people think that these people are only just haters, just only because they're miserable. They don't like successful Black people. They're bored. They're unfulfilled. None of them are successful in life. Not that he's done things to them. And this is a bunch of various people, from people who were former followers who got scammed, never got their products or services, people who were other influencers or creators who he stole things from, people who've had family members who are, he acts like these people have no association, like he's done nothing to these people. And so he calls them the hate group, when in fact, they are a coalition of people who are determined to expose Darius Crooks for who he truly is, to expose all that he's been getting away with for well over a decade now. That is the mission of the group. And that is why it's called not I Hate Darius Crooks group, but the Exposing Darius Crooks group. And there are others. There's different platforms. You got the Twitter, the hashtag Darius Crooks. It's all meant to expose him. And then, people have fun with it because it's depressing to watch somebody be a predator and take advantage of hundreds, really thousands of people at this point. Yes, people make fun of it. I do it over here as well, but there's a truth, there's stories, there's receipts to back up everything that we're saying. But yes, we have fun with it as well, because it would be very depressing if we approach this in a clinical way. We would all need like psychiatrists on here doing this story. So anyway, that's what he's talking about when he's gaslighting about the hate, the quote unquote hate group.
Jeremy's husband, right? They posted Jeremy's husband, and in posting Jeremy's husband, they said Bree Brown posted the husband and said, not.
So this is him, by saying that person's name, this is him trying to get his beehive to attack this woman, this person who posted this. Now, what was on their mind with posting the husband and teasing and all of that, that's up to them. But his goal now is he wants hundreds of his beehivers to now go harass that person.
the 2-pound husband.
So it's a dog whistle is what I'm saying.
Together, they made 4 pounds, right? Nothing to do with me whatsoever, but it is what it is. It's not even about moving in silence, right? There's no way I can have an event for 400 people and you not know where it is. This is not dining with Darius Cooks, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's be real about this. We had a meeting earlier and we talked about the idea of maybe making it a secret location. We can't do that. People are flying in. People are buying plane tickets, right? You're not buying a plane ticket to come to a city and you don't even know where the venue's going to be at and it's 400 people. We can't do that.
Again, gaslighting, because for 8 years, he hosted his Dining with Darius Crooks events across the United States of these Americas. People were flying in from different cities, flying all across America to attend these events. All they had was a date and a time. They did not know the location of where it was going to be held until a few hours before. Some of those people, I know of a group of women who flew in from Chicago to San Diego for one of those dining events and got there, and he never sent any of them the information to the location. He, in fact, canceled the event, never told the people he canceled the event. They saw him on live stream during the time that he should have been hosting the event, and they're like, we're in this. That's when they were like, oh my God, it's real what people have been saying. And they were there in town and had to find something else to do while he played in their face and everybody else's face online, acting like he did not have an event that night. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chanel. He is a scammer. He's a crook. He's a thief. Got a different scam every day of the week. Oh, that's a song. Right.
Right. So, and we're not doing that. Right. We're not doing that. So they posted.
So again, that's gaslighting. Also, we've all heard of, and I'm not saying it's something that, people should do necessarily, but we've heard of secret weddings, celebrity weddings and things like that, where they do that all the time with hundreds of people. So it ain't that it can't be done. He didn't want to do it, or logistically it didn't work for them, but it can be done. But everything, if it ain't his way, it's impossible.
Jeremy's husband and said some things about him. And then, people are, going back against them. Like, you guys are childish, unruly. You talk about people. Jeremy, his husband, are nice, generous. They love each other. They've done nothing, this and the third, right? So then, people are talking about the way they're dressed and whatnot and things like that. So, Tyrell has not done anything to anybody besides fall in love with Jeremy, right? And I can't let what I have going on affect somebody else, right? I just can't, right? It's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to them. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair whatsoever. So,
keep in mind, this is the person who goes online and drags anybody for any reason, including his own followers, calling them dingbats and hoes and bitches and all of that. But someone clowns somebody's outfit, and now all hell freezes over, and they're horrible people. What?
Don't want my shit affecting other people's lives. You know what I mean? I'm doing well, right? I am making money left and right.
Keep in mind, I'm going to point this out more and more. Every time Darius Crooks speaks about his life, it's all about the money. Every single time. This man, his whole existence is based in money. And it's sad because God forbid something happens to his money. He has nothing to live for. He had something to live for before. Well, I guess when I knew him when he was broke, he was living to make the money, I guess. But he was not this horrible of a person. It's very sad. It's very sad. Very, very sad.
I'm making money hand over fist. Ghost Boy has allowed me to generate somewhere around the avenue for this month of $256,000. Okay? Hold on. Ghost Boy has allowed me the opportunity to generate $256,000
What this has to do with what he was saying, I have no idea. Like now he's showing how much money he made. So I'm gonna fast forward through that. Basically, that's the gist of this. So fast forward through that because I didn't have time to clip it down and make it more concise. He gets on and he's saying because of that, he is considering canceling the event. Now, that was the first time. He was going to cancel it because of people teasing Jeremy's husband. And he felt it was unfair. And he was like, they shouldn't have to go through this. And Jeremy's in his feels about it and doesn't want to go any further. Everybody up, D-Hivers in an uproar about it. They like, no, Massa, no. They like, no, don't do it. And they're horrible people, even though you talk about people all the time. And they just teased his outfit and said they both skinny. Like, I'm lost. I'm very lost. And he's about to cancel a whole event for that. So I was like, well, maybe he's realizing it's not coming together well. And so he's looking for an excuse. He also said people were calling the venue. So he tried to act like the venue canceled on them. So everybody like, oh, it got canceled. Hooray, hooray, hooray. You know, people called in on him and they declined him. Da, 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 da. Then he turns around, what, a day or two later, and it's back on, and he has an actual date, which means it was never off. He was playing in y'all face. And I knew that when it was happening, I just didn't come online. I was like, I had a feeling he playing in their face with this. He was. Poll question I'm closing out. Did you know that this was the second time that Darius Crooks has taunted with canceling the Three Kings tour? 35% of you said, yes, you did know this was the second time. 65% of you did not know. That's why he playing in y'all face, because the majority of the people don't know. All right, so then we fast forward to today because we want to get through this because this shit is long. So he took to his Instagram Live first and started now trying to listen to his followers to see what they want and why the tickets aren't selling. Why not include them from the onset is beyond me. At first is I know what y'all need. Y'all gonna eat what we serve y'all. I know everything. Now, well, what's happening? What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. So anyway, he took to his IG Live first. Then he went over to Facebook and then kind of regurgitated. And it's kind of crazy because he talks about that he wasn't going to do that in the IG Live and then did that. It's a whole thing. So I'll do some commentary as we watch this foolishness.
The menu. Got it. The price with the menu.
So my recording starts into the live some. So he started out the live by saying the ticket sales are low. I'm hearing people complain. Now he's listening. And he's now polling the chat on an Instagram Live. How many goddamn people be on Instagram Live? He's polling out of his supposed millions of people. Generally, a good night, good live for him is about 600 to 700 people. You supposedly got millions of people. Why are you polling only 600 or something of them? And truly, it's not even a real poll. As you looking at random ass comments, how that's giving you a gauge of your entire audience and what they want. That's the game plan too, y'all. That's not even your whole. It's not your following. It's not the entirety, and does not represent the entirety of your following. It represents the core cult members of your following. I will give that much to them. Those are the diehard cult members, are the ones who are part of the IG Lives, and they agree with everything he says. So that ain't helpful. And when they don't agree, they get excommunicated or dragged by the rest of the members in the group. It's a cult. That's what cults do. So anyway, just know that this has started a little bit into him. And so now he's responding to them, answering rather him, where he's saying, why didn't y'all want to buy the tickets?
Got it. Location for you. Who
that? D Hancock. Let me jump over to this live one because we can do this tonight, y'all. I got time. D Hancock, you love his cookware, or do you love the Alibaba cookware that comes from China? Because that's who makes it, and anybody can put their label on that. So what you love is not his cookware. You love Alibaba cookware. Google it, sister. You love their cookware and he's put he pays them to put his logo on it. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
You want to be educated, stay over here.
Okay, location. Not a good time. Got it. I have you used the 7 courses. Okay. All right. Not in your budget. Got it. The menu. Got it. Menu and location. Fair. Okay. Menu. Got it. Got it.
So he's asking these questions as if he don't know the answer, because we've been saying this even since the Q&A. People was talking about the price. People was talking about the location. The menu hadn't been released yet, but as soon as the menu got released, people were saying, "What the hell is this?" Now he coming on like he don't know what's happening.
Got it. Got it. Menu and location. The consistency is used to 7 courses. Got it. Got it. Got it. 7 courses is what you're used to. Makes sense.
I should have sped this up. I wasn't even thinking. I could have sped this up in my editing software. God dog it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Timing and distance. Got it. Location and price. Got it. Location. Got it. And use the 7 courses. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. The menu doesn't move you. Fair enough.
Right, Renee Brown. Fake concern, because soon he's gonna show his true colors. He can't act concerned too long. It always comes out in the wash.
Got it. 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 Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Am I going to change the menu based on the feedback? Probably not.
So what the hell are we here for? That's what was that again? I hate I lost it. Fake concern. If you're not going to change the menu, why ask us? If you're not going to change anything about what the critiques are in this at this point, why ask? Why ask now? People say the location is a problem. I can't change the location. I ain't changing the location. People say the cost is a problem. I discounted $75. I ain't doing that. People saying the menu ain't working. Can you just redo the menu? Nah, I ain't redoing the menu. That would be the easy thing to do. He don't care about that. Well, he don't care. I'm sorry. He don't care about y'all, D. Henson, or whatever your name was. He don't care about y'all. Somebody who cared about you would change the menu to accommodate y'all, because it would be about y'all and not him.
I mean, if I could be honest with you, it doesn't seem like, and I could be wrong. It doesn't seem like y'all want this.
Perfect timing, Renee S. His narcissism is showing. A narcissist will gaslight y'all. Y'all know this. Though some of y'all know this. Everybody don't know this. Some of y'all know how narcissists work. A narcissist will create a problem, have a problem, be the issue, ask you what the issue is, although they already know, hear your feedback, and then gaslight you with their response and say, I know what you're saying, that the location, the food, and all this is an issue. But I'm thinking you just didn't want it in the first place. You just don't even want to go. So we're just not going to do it, because you didn't want to do it no way. You should just say you didn't want to do it. What? No, they're saying they would do it, but because of this is the issue. And you're saying, I'm not changing any of that. So you know what that tells me? Y'all just didn't want this. Y'all didn't want no event. What?
I could be wrong, right? It doesn't, I feel like even if we would have put lobster on the stick, I don't eat seafood, so we try.
Even if we had to put lobster on a stick, y'all would have been like, oh, I don't like seafood. Well, you already have seafood there. You have salmon, stuffed salmon. The problem is the low quality meats that you have for the price. So had you used lobster instead of salmon, more people would have been inclined to say, well, at least we're getting lobster. Everything on the stick for him. Who is that? Hey, you there talking about some lobster on a stick? I have had lobster on a stick. He's actually had it too. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the restaurant where he met Juanito, where he had that fallout, that restaurant had lobster on a stick. If I'm not mistaken.
We tried to call ourselves sticking to chicken and beef because that's what chicken and fish, you know. But then you got people saying, "I don't eat fish. I don't eat that."
More gaslighting. So he's saying they went with the menu that they went with chicken and fish so that it could meet the masses. Well, if you were trying to meet the masses, you wouldn't have alcohol in everything. Because somebody brought up a good point I saw in one of the comments. A pregnant woman could not attend this event, or she couldn't eat. She couldn't have the drink, of course. She wouldn't be able to eat the food. She wouldn't even be able to have the dessert. So now you've X'd out a whole segment of your demographic, a pregnant woman or a person who doesn't drink, or God forbid, a person who had a substance abuse problem with drinking. And so they don't drink anymore because of that. And now you got everything. It's such a inconsideration. I can see you having this Hennessy menu as your main menu, and then you having other options for those who could not have those sort of things because they're pregnant or because, God forbid, they can't, drink alcohol for various reasons. He don't care about that. He is never willing to, and that's where the narcissism comes in as well. He's never willing to accommodate. I don't know why none of this clicks for them. A person who really loved and cared about you as a follower would make accommodations because they really want you to have a good time. They want you to have options, et cetera, et cetera. He makes accommodations for them, but always wants them to accommodate him, make accommodations for him, for his failures, for his shortcomings, for his disrespect, for his scamming, for all the media attention that he's had for his scamming that has been documented and proven. Ignore that, y'all. They just haters. I'm rich.
I think you're wrong. You're used to dining with Darius Cooks. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So he's gone from, well, see what it is y'all don't want an event in a banquet hall kind of situation. Y'all just used to the Darius Crooks events where I serve y'all in garages and serve y'all in people's hot living rooms and dining rooms with industrial fans blowing the chicken grease all over y'all. That's what y'all really like.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're used to dining with Darius. The whole Hennessy concept wasn't appealing. Got it. You're used to, me and dining with Darius Cooks. I get it.
Great point. S. Marlena saying he about to go off. I see it coming. It didn't happen today so far, but it will happen between tonight and tomorrow. But I'm with you, friend. I'm with you. It's gonna happen, but it ain't happened yet. He can only act concerned for so long and get feedback for so long before he shut the fuck up. I'll hang up on all y'all business. Y'all stupid. Y'all uneducated. That's why y'all ain't rich. I don't know why I deal with you MFers. All of that.
I get it. Yeah, I don't know. What else to do? Got it. Why ask if nothing's going to change? Because I might just cancel it. Honestly, that's what I'm feeling. I can't see. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. I might just cut my losses and cancel it, if I could be honest with you. Because without selling it doesn't sound like you guys want it. So it doesn't sound like you like the menu. It doesn't matter if we go back and change the menu. We change the menu, you're still not gonna like the change in the menu. You will still have a problem with that, right?
How you gonna tell the people what they're gonna have a problem with? Like I said, was that yesterday when I told y'all, if he had did this right, he would have included his following in the planning process to determine the menu. Give them menu options and say, vote on these. There's ways to do that even with a large following, where he could have put out a poll, a survey, and had them vote, really make them feel a part of it. But he don't care about those sort of things. He'd rather take a random poll that he really, honestly, it's not even a real poll because it's only based on the comments he's seeing and noticing, and he's only going to read the ones that fall in line with his narrative that he wants to put out.
I don't think it matters. We're definitely not doing vegan. So it doesn't sound like, it sounds like whatever we decide to do, you would still have a problem with it one way or the other. You see what I'm saying? You're still gonna have a problem with it one way or the other. You're still gonna have a problem with, if we change the menu, you'll have a problem with that. If we don't change the menu, you'll have a problem with that. So I don't think it even matters at this point. Yeah, and the location we can't do a thing about, right? We can't do a thing about the location. We can't find another location to do this in. Chicago is very tough. We've reached out to every venue in the city of Chicago, and we can't find it. The guys, they'll do whatever I talk to them about. Is it fair?
Get that, catch that. The guys will do anything that I talk to them about. So basically, he's letting you know I'm in charge here. Now, he's saying that. I don't know if they feel that way, but he's saying no matter what I say, no matter what happens, they're going to do whatever I say.
Fair to cancel for those who purchase? It's not fair to cancel for those who purchase, but I also don't think it's fair to do an event that we can't sell tickets to. Yep. The ticket sales are not too low to continue, but it doesn't make sense to push here's what I'm getting to.
That's such a contradiction. The ticket sales aren't too low to continue. So what the F are you on here for? What is this whole thing about? If the tickets sales aren't too low to continue, why aren't you just continuing? That literally makes zero sense. If the ticket sales weren't too low to continue, that would mean that they were selling as planned or as they need to be to get you to your goal. Just word vomit.
The way we've designed this, based on where we are, it does not sound like you want this. It doesn't, I'm not hearing people go, I want to see y'all. I don't hear people going, we want to be there. So I get it. And there's nothing else that we can really add to the menu. I don't think you guys realize, to put this event on, the venue itself is, close to 20 grand to put this on. Food costs are going to be astronomical, somewhere around 20 grand. That's 40 grand right there. We haven't even talked about cocktails, drinks.
But he hasn't purchased any of it yet. Am I the only one? Because I think I'm about to go crazy in this moment. Why is it so impossible to change the menu to accommodate the people who it needs to accommodate? And you got at least, you got 13 days. All you got to do is reinvent, and you're supposed to be this amazing guru, social media cook. You can't come up with a new menu for foods and products that haven't been purchased yet? I can see if the stuff had been purchased, I'll be like, oh yeah, you can't do nothing about all that. That's going to be too complicated and expensive, et cetera, et cetera. But you ain't purchased nothing yet. You ain't in Chicago. This ain't 2 days before the event. You can't adapt a menu to make something that works for your crowd. Oh, that's impossible. But he does this sort of thing where he gaslights people into like, I can't do that. That's impossible. What? No, it's not. It's literally not. You don't want to do it. You're in your feels because your dream idea of a menu was rejected because you're so used to everything you're doing being accepted by your following. It was rejected by the masses of your following, and your feelings are hurt. And I've seen you do these tantrums before where it's not blatantly obvious to the naked eye, to those who don't know you, but you're throwing a tantrum. But y'all don't like this menu. You ain't getting no menu then. You ain't even getting no event because you done hurt my feelings because you ain't said this perfect like everything else I do that you say is perfect. It's sad. It's the little kid in him. It's the little toddler throwing a tantrum. Any other entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, sane, would say, my audience, my followers, they ain't feeling this menu. Let's fix this. What y'all need? What y'all really want to see on here?
Signage, staff, travel, lodging. We can't. We've reached out to every venue within an hour of Chicago.
Notice this, because he's going to repeat this a couple times. So, like this one, I actually got while I was recording, I was watching it. First, he says they called every venue in Chicago. Now he's gone to, they've called every venue within an hour of Chicago. You told us you called 69 venues. Was it 69 or 59? Venues. And out of that number, only one accepted or, approved. I know you're lying because there are more than 69 venues. 59, 69 don't even matter. It's way more than that. Within an hour, 15. Now y'all give me two numbers. Shinda is saying 69. Renee is saying 59. I know it's one of those numbers. But anyway, whichever lie you telling Crooks, it's still a lie because within an hour of Chicago, there's not more than 50 some or let's say 70 venues. An hour outside of Chicago in a radius? What? That's a lie. Right. Casman is saying 69 from Illinois to Indiana, he claimed. Boy, all this gaslighting.
We reached out to every venue within an hour of Chicago. Every venue. Every venue. We do have entertainment. We have a singer in a situation happening, but it doesn't make sense to even announce the singer if we're not gonna do it. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not hearing, and I don't know if it's something that we want to do, just because so we can do it. But if the people don't want it, we can't make it smaller. We can't find another venue. I don't know if you're hearing us. A venue, a space to do this in that has fully functioning kitchen and the whole bit. We cannot find another venue. We literally have searched every venue within an hour of Chicago. I understand you bought
it. Like Alice always say, a lie don't care who tell it. Why he keep repeating that to a bunch of grown people? Don't say every. You can even say everyone that we could, everyone we knew of, or something like that. Don't just say every, because you're just lying. You're gaslighting. I know of venues that could do what he's trying to do. One of which I know he knows of because I had events there when we were cool. He's been to other events there now that I think about it. That could accommodate a number of people as well. In Chicago proper. That doesn't hassle you about liquor and all that other stuff either.
ticket. I get that. We don't want to cancel. But I'm not hearing anybody say they really want this. Another city, we have to start from the beginning and we have to find a whole new venue. Yeah, we have to find a whole new venue in another city. We've already found this venue. All right? We've already secured this venue. We can't find another venue. There's no other space to do this in. There's no other space to do this in. None. I know, I get that you're excited. I understand some people are excited, and I want you to hold on to that excitement.
Anyone else noticing this patronizing tone that he's using? Somebody had asked before, what character is he using now? This is another character. This is I know, we've tried, and there are other venues nearby. We would if we could. What the hell? Who is this? This ain't Sassy Crooks. Where's Sassy Crooks?
But yeah, I did offer a discount code. I emailed you a discount code. And no, I know. No. I'm not at the space where I'm like worried about like if we do 3 or 4 more, like, like I realize that this is the first one, and anytime you do the first anything, you definitely have that issue. But I guess it's a couple of things I guess I didn't consider. One, in your mind, dining with Darius Cooks, you don't know anything else. So trying to do something else outside of dining with Darius Cooks is a hard sell, right? Did you already have the other? No, we didn't have any other venues lined up. We were waiting till we finished this first one so that we had footage and whatnot, so that we could put the package together. So when the next venue asks us what we're trying to do, we would have that package ready for them and we could just show them the video. Here's what we want to do.
Okay, nailing it on the head. It's not hard unless it's because of his reputation. That is where he's really having a problem. How many of us have rented venues? I have rented venues for hundreds of people. How many of us have rented venues where we were required to show them a sizzle reel? For those of you who don't know, it's basically like a little clip, a little commercial of the event we plan on putting on so that they would accept us. That's because you are a documented scammer and you need to prove to the people, see, I know my reputation for everything, but look, we've actually pulled this off and done it before. This is the event we had over here. So this is going to be legitimate. Y'all ain't going to have a bunch of people calling y'all saying we scammed them in your place. That's still going to happen. But like you got to create a whole commercial for the venue. I can see for sponsors and stuff, that's different. But for the venue, for them to accept you? What? You're telling on yourself. As usual, Crooks, you're telling on yourself. You were having a hell of a time getting in these venues because of you and your reputation. Not so much their regulations. Because you swear up and down, it's impossible to find a banquet space that allows you to have your own food and alcohol. You swear it isn't. And you're not in Chicago. You're outside of Chicago. Closing out this poll. Do you think that Crooks' team reached out to every venue within the hour radius of Chicago? This poll, 90% say no, of course not. There's way more than 60-something venues around within an hour of Chicago. This number then jumped a little bit. About 10% of y'all said, yeah, they called everybody. So that tells me 10% of flying monkeys, I wasn't going to say it, but it's true, are in here. Or you just don't understand how big Chicago is. There, we have way more shit in Chicago alone. We got 60-something venues in Chicago, not an hour outside of it. You got to multiply that times 3, 4. Guy with the bullshit. Lord G, I messed up.
So when the next venue asks us what we're trying to do, we would have that package ready for them and we could just show them the video. Here's what we want to do in your space. So a lot of stuff was hinging on the first city, right? Our marketing promotion packages were hinging upon Chicago. Getting new venues in more cities was hinging upon this. That way they could, you know, when people say, hey, what do you guys want to do? We can say, here's a 60-second clip of what we wanted to do.
So he couldn't start looking at venues until he had the bandwidth for them to create. No, this is not on Patreon, Lydia. So watch yourself, friend. It's not our private world. So he's saying he needed to create a 60-second commercial. He couldn't even start looking at no other venues across these United States of America. He claimed in the other video we was watching the other night that, what did he say? Washington, D.C. love the F out of me. Go to Washington, D.C. and find your next venue then. The United States of America, you are saying you could not start looking at no venues? You couldn't start vetting in the venues? What? It's the lies for me. It's the lies for me.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know what we should do, but I can tell you I don't care. Yeah, dining with Darius Cooks was point one and the sky's the limit, but here's the other issue, right? Here's the other issue. If you don't want it, why are we doing it, right? What if you do a similar concept to dining with Darius Cooks, maybe select larger cities? I'm not interested in doing anything with dining with Darius Cooks. I can just be very 100% honest with you. After coming off of 8 years of...
I was just debating about moving this overlay of Corey's head right by Darius Crooks' mouth because I don't want him to get too hot and heavy when he watched this back later and see Darius' mouth all over his head. He might be like, oh my God, I'm getting all worked up from it. Him, Corey, this ain't real. His mouth ain't that close to your head. That's those images.
Doing dining with Darius Cooks, I am no longer interested in anything dealing with a tour schedule. Not this year at all. I am burnt out from that. I like being in my house. I like being at home. I like being cooped up. I just came out from running errands and could not wait to get back home. I'm in this era of my life where, baby, I am not trying to come out the house at all. I love y'all, but I am not trying to come out the house. Not on no massive multi-city tour that's gonna have me gone half the week. No. All right, so it sounds like we got a couple of challenges against us. I don't know. Yeah, but Nick, the issue is that above anything else, you have to follow the data. Right? Above anything else, you have to follow the data. The data is what's important here, right? I thought the Three Kings concept was great, would be a great idea as well, but I don't see people supporting the idea. And if I don't see people supporting the idea, what am I supposed to do? Right? It doesn't matter how many tickets are left. What matters is that we don't have enough sold. That's what matters. Yeah, the data is not gonna lie to me. We do have entertainment. We were just getting ready to announce Jennifer Jones as our entertainment. We were just, as a matter of fact, here on the flyer right here. The flyer just came 19 minutes ago. The flyer literally just came 19 minutes ago. We literally just so we were just getting ready to announce the entertainment. I know I'm talking to less than 1,000 people right now, but I'm also talking to the collective, right? This is my Dow Jones, this is my S&P 500 over here, okay? So, you know, I don't do anything without running it through these core supporters here on Instagram. What made you think people would drive an hour out from Chicago for $300 Hennessy drenched food? That wasn't the way we presented it, but if that's the way you accepted it, if that's the way you understood it, then clearly we didn't do a great job in marketing it.
What? Again, it's the gaslighting for me. It don't matter how you present it. The facts are the facts. Reality is it's an hour drive in rush hour. Somebody, I don't think I mentioned, but I saw in the chat here, somebody mentioned, and on top of that, some people are getting off of work. So they got to go home, they got to change, and then they a 2-hour drive. If they're south side, south suburbs, they're like a 2-hour drive. And you talking about, oh, well, if that's your feelings behind it, maybe we didn't do a good enough job marketing. Now I'm gonna, F, how you market, is your marketing gonna shorten my commute in rush hour? Going north of all places? From Chicago going north? That's bad. On a regular day, that's bad. During the middle of the day, that's bad. You put it at rush hour on a Friday evening? Oh my God, it's torture.
Clearly, we did not. If that's the way you're looking at it, it's clear we didn't do a great job in marketing it. It's clear. This might hurt your credibility because a lot of people already purchased tickets and flights and just went through with this with Kitchen Comeback being canceled. I get it, but what am I supposed to do?
I get it, but what am I supposed to do? Not cancel it? She is the gaslighter. And then whoever that is commenting, the delusion of them to think this is the worst or the first time he's ever not delivered on a promise or scam people or did anything to not give value to the people who've given him money. Like, hello, wake up. Wake up.
What am I supposed to do? And if you bought tickets, we will refund you. You'll be made whole. That's not a problem.
That's the poll question I'm working on. I'm about to play some more. I'm about to type. Do you think that they're going to get a refund if he canceled this event? Hold on to this poll pop up for y'all.
We've done that. We've already gotten with the team. You think this is my first conversation? You think I'm coming to you as the first resort? I've been on the phone. I've been on the phone with Corey and Jeremy this morning alone. Me and Jeremy have already been talking. Before I went live with y'all, I just got off the phone with Corey Brim. So the team has been talking. The team is aware. The team is talking. It's not a problem. But this is my S&P 500 over here.
That's the other gaslighting piece. Again, he has millions of followers. Whatever million on Facebook, millions here, millions there, let him tell it. And, the fake numbers, fake bots, all that. Why are you polling? I forgot that had maybe 600 or 700 people in that live chat earlier today. And out of those, that hundreds, all of them ain't actually typing in the comments. Only a handful of them are actually typing in the comments. And out of the ones who are typing in the comments, some of them just, blowing smoke up his ass. And then the others, he's not seeing every single one of those comments. It's impossible. I can't even keep up with y'all comments. So how the heck is he really able to take a full poll? Like, you need literally what I have here, a poll. If I would have asked y'all this question and say, put in the chat a number 1 if you think he gonna refund and a number 2 if you don't think I'm not gonna get an accurate number, an accurate percentage, because I can't see all the responses, and I would have to add them up and divide them. Like, that's not how it works. It's gaslighting, y'all. It is gaslighting. He's come with a narrative. He's come with an idea of what he wants. It's like scripted reality, like reality shows, they're loosely scripted. They start a scene with, okay, Portia, I want you to go to go to Fallon's house. I want you to, start flirting with Simon behind the scenes. And when y'all go to the stripper party, I want you to go Bolo gonna come and y'all get a little rant, y'all girls kiss each other a little bit. It's loosely scripted. And then they take it from there. He walks in with an agenda for this. And then he kind of goes with the flow, but he knows where he's trying to get to in the end. Loosely scripted reality is what he's doing for y'all. That's why he's on live multiple times a day. It's a reality show for him. People who have come from behind the scenes have told y'all that. People who've been there with him saying how he puts on, and they've learned things about social media from him because he manipulates it. He even mentions here, I don't know if he's come up yet, but he mentions here how he has learned the psychology of social media and how people behave with social media. He's using those tools to manipulate people and create his cult-like following. This going live 3 to 5 to 10 times a day is by design. All cult leaders have to keep their narrative in your ear so that you don't wake up. They have to continuously love bomb you so everyone else who could see the light can't really get through to you. It's all by design.
I don't know. We haven't made any official announcements yet. I would never do that.
Thank you so much, Darnell. Is that Darnell Hibberly for the super sticker? I appreciate you, friend.
I don't know. I don't know if what we should do. Would you be open to changing the Hennessy concept? It's too late. I mean, we've already put it out. We've already said that, to go back and change. People don't listen well. You could tell the issue with communication, especially on social media, is the first time you tell somebody something, that's what's etched in their mind. You can come back over and over again and you could change that. They're going to go with what they first heard, right? Doesn't matter how you put it. You could say, this iPhone charger is green. Oh, I'm sorry. A day later, I made a mistake. It's blue. It will be green from here on out.
As good as Darius Crooks is at being a cult leader, as good as he is at being charismatic and humorous and all of those other things, what Darius Crooks is not good at is communication with other human beings. I have come from the corporate world where I had to communicate with masses of people and keep them informed of regulations and guidelines and all these things and have them adhere to them and all those things. And no, it is not easy necessarily, but there are ways to do that. But Darius Crooks doesn't want to listen to people. LaQuinty, who is helping them, she's the project manager, may know some of these ways to do that. He is saying now that he cannot change the menu that ain't been executed in no way. It's literally just on, well, I was going to say on paper. It ain't even on paper. It's digitally out there. That is the only place that this Hennessy fiasco exists. Only on the internet as an image. He is saying it is impossible to change that because some people ain't going to know. Well, some of the ways you can get people to know is by updating all of your social media to say menu change, have the old one up there crossed out, the new one up there. Other ways is the people who have already purchased their tickets, you can send them an email because the truth is the majority of those people who purchased those tickets purchased in that first couple days. They purchased with no idea of what the menu was. Those were your real die-hard flying monkeys. So they purchased without any knowledge of what the menu would be. So if you change the menu, they don't really care. They just there for you. They hoping to take a photo with you and touch the hem of your satanic garments. So you would send them an email saying menu update, and then you would send them another one like closer to the day of the event. You have the menu at the event, post it somewhere. Put it on your social media every couple days. You schedule everything else. He got posts going out every 2-3 hours. He got a new post going out. It's all scheduled. Get on your IG lives. And instead of just always lying, tell them the truth that the menu had been updated. He don't want to. It ain't that it can't happen. He don't want to. No matter how he gaslights you.
it will be green. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say, it will forever be green. Even though you say, I made a mistake, it's blue. So even if we change the menu, people are still going to have that first menu in their mind, right? And I thought when we made that menu up in Puerto Rico, I thought that was an amazing idea, right? I thought, I was like, oh, this is beautiful, this is exciting, but Hennessy is not the problem. Okay, well, what is the problem? Oh, I agree. Not everybody has a problem with Hennessy. I don't think they did. I don't know what the problem is. That's why I'm asking you. The menu isn't the problem. Too expensive for what we're offering. Got it. So see what I'm saying? Half of y'all are saying Hennessy, half of y'all are saying no Hennessy. Half of y'all saying location, half of y'all saying not location. Half of y'all saying the price, half of y'all saying no.
Again, gaslighting. Pay attention to this. He's a wordsmith, though, and he uses these words, and then people are like, oh, yeah, that is confusing. Half of us saying this, half of us saying that, half of us saying this, half of us. For one, that's a lie. It's based on the comments he's choosing to read. That's not half of the people. It's a handful, the 2 to 3 people's comments that you're reading who are saying the contradictory information. That would be why you would do what, like I've done, a poll where you would get accurate results. Like this poll that I'm closing out that says, do you think that Crooks will refund the Three Kings tour if it's canceled? Damn, I'd expect it to be a little more even or something. 90% of y'all said, hell no, Vel, you already know, quit playing in our face. You've been telling us this since the beginning. Quit playing in our face. What was the point of this poll? 10% of y'all like, I don't know what everybody be saying about him. He ain't no scammer. He's a mess. The flying monkeys. 90% of y'all like, he's a scammer. Of course he ain't gonna get him no refund. Some of y'all are victims of not receiving the refunds. I already know that. Y'all be in my DMs. I already know that. And under the comments of the videos and stuff. I'm going to put that as a poll as we continue to listen to this gaslighting. Jesus, this is going to take forever. I wish I had been thinking to speed this goddamn thing up when I was editing. Because, Lord Jesus, it's torture hearing this twice.
The price. I will not take this to Facebook. I will not take this to Facebook until we have made a decision. Baby,
another lie, because he literally, about 45 minutes after he got off of this IG live, ran over to Facebook. I got that clip down here too, but we definitely ain't listen. I might play a couple pieces of it, maybe the very beginning, because he probably opened it the way he opened this one. But yeah, we ain't gonna listen to that whole thing. But lies, he went over there because he started thinking like, I got to get the narrative out over there as well, which probably means he might be canceling it. I don't know.
See how much trouble we in here on a private live stream? Imagine going to Facebook and the amount of questions and stuff we would have to deal with. I'm not dealing with that right now. Maybe the timing between events, okay. I think people are willing to invest in Darius and only Darius. Gotcha. You're used to a more intimate setting with me. When it boils down to it, it's the cost. Yeah, it sounds like it's the cost. And you know what? Well, let me tell you what we've done. We have played around with this cost left and right. And honestly, whatever we do is expensive. Whatever we do, it's going to be expensive because you have, I mean, each one of us needs, okay, so like for me, for example, I would need one person or 2 people, right? That I have to fly in. So I got to pay for DeAndre and Tammy's salary. I got to pay for DeAndre and Tammy's lodging. I got to pay for DeAndre and Tammy's flight. I got to pay for DeAndre and Tammy's transportation, right? Then whoever Jeremy brings in, he got to pay for the same thing. Then whatever Corey brings in, he got to pay for the same thing. Not to mention, we haven't even talked about the venue costs, which is almost 20 grand. We haven't even talked about the team, right? We're paying LaQuincy a salary. We're paying invoices for Dez, who's doing a lot of the work for us on the digital assets. We haven't even talked about food. We haven't talked about decorations. We haven't talked about, the DJ who's been paid, the entertainment that's been paid. So, I mean, this is literally just to even get in the door, $70,000, $75,000. Just to walk in the door, $75,000. So by the time we start,
Do y'all believe it's costing him $75,000 before he even get in the door? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's being truthful with the $75,000 before he even get in the door. 2 in the chat if you think he's lying.
Started adding up what makes sense on ticket prices. This is what made sense, right? It's expensive. It's like $75K just to walk in the front door. We thought the price seemed fair too, but clearly it's not what we thought. Yeah, $75K per event. And that's like just breaking even. What was the profit? I wasn't concerned about profit. I was just concerned about paying the bills, breaking even.
When has Darius Crooks not been concerned about profits? He only calculates his business ventures based on what the profit margin is going to be. He leads with how much profit margin is this? If it ain't enough, he ain't in it.
I wasn't even concerned about that. I wasn't even looking at how much money we make. None of us are looking at that. We were just trying to put on the actual event. But
I'm sorry, y'all. I can't let all these lies slide now. I'm trying to keep this show moving because this I think was an hour. I don't even know how many. We're 21 minutes in, and I think it's a full hour if I'm not mistaken, close to it. But I can't let this slide. He said that him nor his business partners, the other two for this Three Queens tour, were interested or even concerned with how much money they were going to make with this. That wasn't even a focus of this. What's this post I read earlier? The real reason we're in San Juan is to get ready for this multi-million-dollar Three Kings on tour. My energy for 2024 is gonna hit real different. We are making money moves or move out of my way. This is the gaslighting for me. This is the thing. She's been online for over a decade, just word vomiting, throwing out stuff, lying, spinning red webs of lies, smoking mirror tricks, and all of that. And people were not keeping an account of her actions. Today, we're in a different age where everybody's screen recording. We got the smartphones here, there. We're able to track her going back and forth, contradicting herself literally every day. If I had the resources, Lord God, if I had the resources, the evidence that I have to be able to show her contradictions, even more than this. He literally just said that this wasn't about the money for him. And we literally just read a post from January 5th. That post is from January 5th, where he was starting the concept of this. And he said it was a multi-million-dollar tour and he was making money moves. It's gaslighting for me.
Okay, per event. And that's like just breaking even. What was the profit? I wasn't concerned about profit. I was just concerned about paying the bills, breaking even. I wasn't even concerned about that. I wasn't even looking at how much money we make. None of us are looking at that. We were just trying to put on the actual event. But it doesn't seem like that's even a possibility. We've reached out to every venue in Chicago. This is the only one that will allow us to do what we need to do. There's 22 VIP tickets left. That's what I said. Yeah, there's 22 VIP tickets left. In my humble opinion, I think you do better alone, not being shady, but the people are coming for you and only you. I think you should stick to what has been profitable to you, which is doing things alone. So you're telling me.
So here's where the shade of the D-Hive comes in. Now, I've seen this play out a multitude of times where when Darius Crooks brings in a new cast, a new character, if Darius Crooks likes them, they like them. We got from Madeline to Marcel, Bruce B. Cooking, Mel, Ramon, Q, Crystal, and then the list goes on and on. As long as Darius Crooks is good with them, they're good with them. But as soon as either Darius Crooks ain't good with them no more, or they feel like the person is interfering with Darius Crooks being the queen bee that she proclaims herself to be, they begin to have a problem with them. So we're starting to see the cracks in the vase or the foundation of them like, see, the real problem why the tickets didn't sell is because you with them other two. We don't know them. You should stick to doing it by yourself. Massa. It's like they're having a cult meeting. That's the problem. So now they say, which makes zero sense, because if it was about him and people really only wanted to see him, they would still come, right? The problem would be if he had pulled himself out and he made it the other two instead of him, not him still there. So this fool, flying monkey behavior, talking about the problem is you with two other people. We just want you by yourself. What? Quit gaslighting. That's one of them people probably need to be on the payment plan and they won't be going nowhere. $27 a month paying for the next 8 months for that $400 dinner.
That you don't want to see an event with Corey and Jeremy? This is my first time hearing that.
I hear him. I know Darius Crooks is live, just so those of you who don't know, some of y'all probably watching both. I know how y'all do. He is live right now. I can tell he's playing music and singing. Doesn't sound like he's addressed this at all. So we'll know by the morning for sure, unless he wraps up by addressing this, which I doubt, because he's probably high off those edibles by then. So this could have been a sales tactic, but we'll know by tomorrow for sure. Like, the next day or two, we'll know for sure. But he's now, and he does this. He'll get on after controversy, a day like today. And then when he finally goes live that evening, he got a ton of people in the live because they waiting to see what he gonna say. He then love bombs his followers. They gonna watch an old TV show. They gonna watch his vlog footage. He gonna tell stories about his church life as a church sissy, a little church sissy boy. Or he gonna tell stories about living in different parts of the in the city in New York, his New York days, or how he struggled to make it before he became a millionaire. Or Asia says he's playing gospel. Eye roll emoji. Gaslighting. Well, he's gaslighting too, but he's love bombing them now because he wants them to forget about the chaos that he's caused and all of this. Like, well, you got us hanging. Should we be paying? Should we not be paying? What about those of us who have money on the line? Are you going to refund our money? No. I'm going to love bomb you right now. I'm going to play gospel music. So it's harder for you to even bring those things up, because if you did, I would say, why would you be messing up our flow? This ain't about that tonight. See, this y'all problem. Y'all don't like peace. Y'all like mess. Blah, blah, blah. It's gaslighting. He turns it on them. I've seen this play out a multitude of times. It is a rinse and repeat with her. It's predictable at this point. Neil, I don't want to get off subject too far, but I keep getting this question and feel like I got to address it in every live because people are not aware. His friend Crystal, his best friend Crystal, who was there with him through thick and thin for about a decade, his head D-hag in charge, his head flying monkey, has been disbanded, excommunicated from the D-Hive. We don't exactly know why. He did finally admit after 4 months of her missing, and people were asking about Crystal. He was saying that Crystal, he got tired. He was like, y'all can't take clues. I don't want to talk about Crystal. That's Crystal there. To give myself a little break from this thing. Wait, will it? Let's see what minute I'm at. 22:31. I know some of y'all here for that, but give me a little break. Crystal, she's excommunicated. She disappears. She's usually in every live. And then they start asking about her, like, where's Crystal? They would be concerned with her. She's the head D-hag in charge. He finally, after 4 months of ignoring them, addresses it in a rant. How dare you ask about her? I haven't talked to her in 4 months. I tried to ignore y'all constantly asking about her, but y'all obviously can't take social cues, blah, blah, blah. It ain't y'all business what happened. I ain't going to tell her business. Which to me means he effed up and he did something to Crystal and now they're not talking. And he don't like to talk about stuff when it's hard for him to twist the narrative. Because he always has to become the victim in the situation. So whatever he did to Crystal is be really hard for him to twist the narrative to make her the problem. Because most people would know, but it don't sound like Crystal. Crystal been around over a decade. Now we know you done flipped it on Mel and you flipped it on the Kitchenista and all these other people. But this is a little different. We know her too. We know she really had your back when you was having your mommy makeovers. Your multiple mommy makeovers. She was the one nursing you back to health. We saw her. When you needed to rent those Airbnbs because you had got kicked off of them, she was the one there traveling from city to city, putting them in her name, risking her good name and her credit. And then you dog that Verbo house and owe that lady $5,000 plus on a security deposit of an Airbnb rented in Crystal's name. And then all of a sudden y'all falling out shortly thereafter. Now, Crystal was also a part of this planning committee for the Four Kings tour when they first started. She was in those virtual meetings. He's taking social media pictures with her there. All of a sudden, Crystal just disappears. No explanation. She's no longer on the Three Kings tour. We know that the Darius Crooks stuff was over. He ain't had no need for her. So do we know the details? No, but we do know Crystal ain't been around. She did come to the kitchen comeback, I've been told, but Crystal has been excommunicated. And he ain't gonna tell the real reason why. And she might be too afraid because she know how dirty he roll and how he'll send his D-hags after her. So that's where we at. Back to the video.
I didn't think that's true either. I didn't think that was true. That's crazy.
Yes, Asia. Crystal was in court with Darius Crooks through his TPO hearing with Mel Ford. I was also there. Yes, she was there with him every day. She really held Darius Crooks down. Every court appearance, she was there for sure.
Yeah, I thought You think it's the timing. Okay. No, we're not shading you. That's why I was like, that's my first time hearing that. I've never heard that before. Yeah, my solo events always sold out. I know. I was looking at the strength of my solo events.
Another lie. Those Dining with Darius Crooks events were not sold out for 2023. He told that lie a multitude of times. I don't know why I'm using multitude so much now, but he told a hell of a lot of times. He told that lie, and it was proven through many social media posts. I've done it on this channel as well, where he would be posting. He has 18 seats left in Cincinnati, 23 seats left in San Diego. The list goes on and on. He would be discounting the tickets as it got closer to the date. $100 for the Milwaukee tickets, wherever. They were not sold out. We even have the social media pictures of some of the dinners. Well, most of the tables are empty. It's a lie. That is another reason why he got out of doing them. He wasn't making the money like he used to.
I was looking at the strength of my solo events. The thinking is stagnant. Why must everything stay the same? Yeah, I know. The meal is not expensive, but you want us to pay for your staff, lodging, and expenses. Well, that's any event. When you go to a concert, it's the same thing you do at a concert. So that's just the way it goes. Tickets should have gone on sale earlier. Okay.
That's the other thing. This brilliant entrepreneur, why would you put the tickets on sale less than a month away from the event? Less than a month for $300 to $400 per person dining thing. They didn't really think that through.
The audience for Dining with Darius Cooks may not be the same as Three Kings. Okay, I get that. That's good. That's good advice. We started with Chicago because I'm from Chicago. That's why. We thought it would be a good idea. The timing between the announcement and ticket sales. Got it. Got it. Chicago may not be your audience.
For those of y'all who don't know, and I agree, Chicago is not your audience. For those of you who don't know, Darius Crooks was born and raised in Chicago. So you would think this successful, let him tell it, successful, brilliant cook influencer, his own hometown ain't showing up for him. That says a lot. His own hometown. And I told him in the other live, I said, Chicago don't love you. Chicago do not love you. Now, some people who don't really know who you are from Chicago didn't really know all the hundreds of people you scammed here before you ran off to New York back in, 2010, 2011. Some people don't know. But the Boca Chicago don't F with you. They still talk about you. They still send me stuff about you. Hence why you couldn't sell your tickets in your own hometown with 2 additional people, 2 additional influencers, and you still couldn't get the tickets sold.
Thinking it's timing. Should have taken place in April. The menu and distance are the issue. Okay. I think I have enough information. Yeah, you guys are all telling me, about timing. And what you don't realize is that the venues are already booked, right? So, people who book like weddings and banquets, they booked venues, a year in advance. So, it's not as easy just to make a phone call and say, can we change this to next month instead? Next month is already booked. That's it. It's already booked up. There's nothing we can do. A smaller group would be nice. The problem is we cannot find a venue. That is our issue.
He can't find a smaller venue. It's the gaslighting for me. And yes, Lady Brown. Vel, do you know Zeta Cooks? Absolutely, I know Zeta. Her number's in this phone. I just texted what was that, last week or the week before? Happy birthday. So yes, talk to her, occasionally, everything. Food delivery. She's done my meal preps and everything. Yes, I know Zeta very well.
Right? That's our issue, is a space to do this in. I can't do this in nobody's Airbnb. We need to do this in a commercial space. And doing it in a commercial space, that requires planning. And we literally have called, LaQuincy has reached out to every venue within an hour of Chicago. Everyone.
I hate it's just the gaslighting for me. There's no way she reached out to every single venue 100 within 100-mile radius of Chicago. There's just no way. And you're saying y'all only reached out to 50-something places. That's just the math ain't mathing. Now, had you said a couple hundred, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe they did.
I mean, at this point, it's not even, we don't even have enough time to poll people and this, that, and the third. Yeah, no, this was the only venue. Yeah, this is the only venue that we could find. Oh, doing the event by myself keeps the cost down versus doing it with other people. A suburban location was a...
I am bored out my freaking mind. Y'all don't know how hard it is for me to sit through her stuff. But I'm gonna do a poll to see how I'm gonna take the poll. Unlike him, I ain't gonna just ask a question and read a couple comments to figure it out. But I am about to close out this poll, and I'll put a poll. If y'all want to just go on and watch the rest of it, I'm fine if y'all do, but I don't want to bore y'all if y'all as bored as I am. But I think there's another 30 to 35 minutes maybe left. Maybe I'm guessing. Let me see. Let me see. That's 26:54. Oh shit, it's more than that. It's like 45 minutes or so left. 26. Yeah, it's about about close to 40, 45 minutes left. I'm gonna close out this poll now, asking whatever y'all decide, and I'm gonna read some comments and stuff. But y'all let me know. I'm here if y'all want to say. Has Darius Crooks scammed you cyber? This is the way I type this now. Scammed cyber or cyberbully you or someone that you know? 24% of you say yes. 76% of you say no. So 24% of you really know. You have firsthand knowledge, and 76% of you are like, nah, but I hear about this ish, and it is entertaining and interesting, and I cannot believe a human being like this exists. So we appreciate your support. For those of us who have the 20-something% of us who are here tonight who have been through this predator's been in his web. Was Velnito impressed with the menu? Hell no, of course not. Velnito will be out eventually. He'll be out soon. He will definitely be out soon. Thank you for the super chat, friendo.
We can do. A smaller group would be nice. The problem is we cannot find a venue. That is our issue, right? That's our issue, is a space to do this in. I can't do this in nobody's Airbnb. We need to do this in a commercial space. And doing it in a commercial space, that requires planning. And we literally have called, LaQuincy has reached out to every venue within an hour of Chicago. Everyone. I mean, at this point, it's not even, we don't even have enough time to poll people and this, that, and the third. Yeah, no, this was the only venue. Yeah, this is the only venue that we could find. Oh, doing the event by myself keeps the cost down versus doing it with other people. A suburban location was a smart move. I mean, I thought it was okay. I also felt it was a little too far out, but that's my own personal opinion. There are no vacant restaurants in Chicago. Not that would allow us to do this, baby. We have searched and searched and searched. You don't hear me? We have a full-time person. It's her only job. It's her only job. You hear me? This is her only job. Is to sit on the phone every day, all day, and find a venue. This was her only job. I don't think it's about the cost. I mean, I'm asking you what it's about, and that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing cost. I don't hear anybody else saying anything other than cost and location.
Again, gaslight. I don't hear anybody else saying anything other than cost. What? It's been the menu, the cost, the location, your attitude, y'all being sassy, queens. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Renee S. Friend, I greatly appreciate you. And then there was another, if I could pull it back up. I gotta pull it from over here. Oh Lord. And friend, E-class friend, I appreciate you too. Unfortunately, I can't find yours in this chat here. Here it is. Here it is. Thank you so much for the super sticker, friend. I appreciate you. Okay, so based on the poll, damn, did I accidentally close out the poll? I think I did. No, I didn't. Hold on. Here it is. From the poll, do you want to watch the remaining 45 minutes of this live from Darius Crooks' IG Lies? 44% of y'all say yes. 56% of you say no. Majority wins over here. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to just cut it off completely. I'm going to just jump towards the end. I'm going to skip some of this foolishness. And then we'll read some comments, and then we'll watch. I'm gonna give you the first opening of the Facebook live one because he kind of opens it up, I think, in a similar way. I think. And then we're gonna read comments and get on out of here. Yeah. Yep. Thank you so much, Sheeta. Okay, the truth is I just dozed off a few minutes ago. Thank you for waking me up. This guy, right? This guy's shaking my head, right? Trust me, friend. I'm sitting here like, oh Lord, I hope they vote to fast forward. Next time I know what to do, I'm gonna speed it up. It didn't even cross my mind until I'm sitting here like, Lord, gee, and he talking slow. So I'll speed it up a little bit, so they'll go faster. Let's see.
Okay, so I think I have enough information to be dangerous with.
Did y'all catch that? I think I have enough information to be dangerous with. Then I was like, is he about to like get over on Jeremy and Corey? Something right about that statement.
Y'all want that. You know, y'all, I got to be in the room for that. Next time, say Darius and friends. Jesus Christ. I know that you want it, but we need more people to want it. Yeah, we've done all that. It's like 40s. Out. Burnt out. Especially if it's going to require me to travel like I was traveling before.
I think this is the dramatic moment I was looking for. I was hoping that I didn't miss it when I had went off camera for a while. I think this is it. So we'll see. I'm gonna see first.
I would wake up and not even know what city I was in. I don't want to go do that.
This is more narcissistic behavior, where the narcissist will try to gaslight you and make you feel empathy for them, and they become the victim in the situation. This is the moment we're about to embark upon. Catch it.
I'm not exaggerating to you when I tell you this. I would commit suicide before I commit to that. I'm not lying to you. I need you to hear me. I will commit suicide before I commit to another grueling schedule like dining with Darius Cooks. I cannot. My depression will not allow me at all. I cannot do that. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's no way I can do it. I can't. I can't. I would wake up and not even know where I was. I would wake up in the morning, what city am I in? I would do dining with Darius Cooks, introduce, welcome to dining.
Did y'all see those dramatics? S. Marlena says, I'm waiting on him to mention mental health. There you go, friend. There you go. Shanice, wait, what? Yes, y'all heard it correctly. I can't replay it because it's YouTube. I ain't trying to test the limits, and I ain't gonna repeat the word. But he said yes. If he had to do the Dining with Darius Crooks events again, he would unalive himself before he would ever do it again. It was just too much. I will unalive myself if I have to do it again. It was so much. Although every day I was bragging about how famous I am and how rich I am, it was so much. I'll take my life over it. What? What? Shame on you, Crooks. Shame on you. Ooh, child, the drama. That was him being money hungry, dining with Darius every 20 minutes. Right. Jay Vickers. Now we supposed to feel sorry for her because she put that schedule together. Because she had a goal of making however many millions she said she was going to. I think she said 2 million. And she claimed she got that 2 million in one weekend from the people buying their tickets a year in advance. And then had to and then was discounting them and canceling events left and right and telling people she had open seats here and open seats there for every other venue. I mean, every other stop. Too much, y'all. I'm glad. I thought I had missed that.
I know Darius Cooks and call the wrong city. Cannot do it. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Can't do it.
Yes, he claimed he made $2 million in a weekend.
I love you. Dining with Darius Cooks was a complete joy in my life. But I cannot. I cannot. I'm sorry. It's beautiful and it's amazing and it was the joy, the complete joy in my life. I would not take anything away from those 8 years, ever. But I can't do that. Not like this. I'm not in this space, not in this headspace, not with this mind, not where I am today. I cannot. I'm sorry. Cannot. Traveling, putting together a team. I've not been on a plane. Well, I went to Denver on Monday, but it has been beautiful staying in my house. I'm sorry, I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. Familiar with dining with Darius Cooks to think about anything else.
Just the end.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah. I mean, I'm taking all your opinions in. I'm listening to everybody.
After that theatric moment, pretty much it was just him repeating the same narrative that we had heard and him asking the questions and reading the comments like he cared, but he doesn't care. So now we're at the very end. Yeah, see, look, if I'm not mistaken, you get more food and paying less money to attend dining with Darius Cooks. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds like. I know. I get it.
I don't know what we're doing, child. I have no idea. Mark, sir, stop. You don't even know half of the work that we're doing. We're on calls twice a week for the last 9 months. Mark, please chill out. Please. All right? We literally have been on calls and meetings. We went to Puerto Rico just to plan. Okay? Okay, so now you're telling me it's short notice. Okay. All right. All right, let me take this information back. I just told them I would do this. I told them I would call y'all and have a call with y'all. I will take this information back to the team and let y'all know what we come up with. All right. I will be back later. I got to do some shit around the house.
So then he leaves Facebook. He's saying he's going to do some stuff around the house, and then he'll come back later and I guess give a decision. I don't know what. From the sounds of it, y'all let me know in the chat for those of y'all who peeking in on his, because he's still live. Has he even mentioned anything about the 4 kings? Whatever. 3 kings, 3 queens. Has he mentioned, is it still on? Is it off? Has he mentioned anything, or is he just sitting there yelling out gospel songs trying to love bomb and indoctrinate his D-hags? Okay, and then I'm going to do... So after that, some minutes later, I think about 45 minutes or so later, I get another message about like, oh, he went live on Facebook. So here's the Facebook live. As Marlena, let me see, here we are. As Marlena has confirmed, nope, he just playing music. I noticed that too when he doesn't want to talk about nothing and he don't want to leave an opening for them to kind of be in the comments just talking about that stuff that he don't want to talk about. Then he'll do stuff like keep a distraction going. So usually it's like I said, him watching a TV show or usually his footage. Sometimes he'll play stuff from YouTube or music. It's all a distraction. He's been doing it a long time though, but he's been doing it a long time. However, it's so repetitive that I was able to tap into his cycle and his pattern within like a year of following this stuff. I was, oh, I see what happened. Oh, that's what he do. It's a cycle. Okay, so here's the start. We'll only listen to the very beginning of his intro to his Facebook Live. And I got one more clip, and then we're going to read the comments, and we're going to get out of here because I don't want this to be. We're going to stop at 3 hours. I ain't trying to go over 3 for sure. I ain't even want it to be this long, but okay.
Intros coming in. And sounds like we need to have a little conversation on Facebook as well. So if you were on my Instagram Live, you might want to sit this one out. But we're basically discussed the same thing we just talked about on my Instagram. I'm sorry if you're on my.
Also, for those of you who don't know how he runs his operation, his cult, he has his different platforms. So the general platforms are the TikTok. That's real general. Those are people who only know him for his content, for the cooking stuff. And then they hear the big stuff here or there. But for the most part, they just get content. Then you have, TikTok. Then you have his, he used to have Twitter. He got chased off of Twitter because they was airing him out too much. He couldn't handle, he ain't had that many followers over there. He only had like maybe 13, 14,000 followers. He couldn't handle the influx of the exposing. So he completely got up. Well, he closed his account off of Twitter, but now he just uses burners to look at the hashtag and see what people are saying about him on Twitter. Then Facebook is pretty general, like mostly content. But then he does some of his live streams there, but not the same kind of live stream that he does on IG Lives. The IG Lives that he does, that's real personal. That's where he's talking about the sex life and family life, just whatever. There's no holds barred. Like everything's nothing's off limit except for the truth as it pertains to him scamming. That's the only thing he keep all that. And then, you know, his grifts and stuff. That stuff is all covered up from everything. And then Instagram, the public side of it is the content, regular content, and then the drama that he does. You know, he creates drama too. So it might be a drama post here or there, so he can do a discount code or something. But for the most part, that's just regular content and drama here or there. But behind the scenes, like his favorite group and the core of his cult is the Instagram live crew. And then it goes out from there. So this here is his Facebook crew. So that's why he's telling them, if you was on the Instagram, don't worry about that, because I'm just repeating to them. You already heard what I'm about to say. Now, earlier he said he wasn't going to talk to the Facebook people about this. So he got them broken into factions.
Instagram Live. I think I said Facebook. Maybe my Instagram Live. We can talk about it. Hi everybody. Happy Saturday. All right, so we can have a little bit of a conversation about the Three Kings on tour. And I just come off of Facebook or Instagram, and I guess in all of our planning for Three Kings on tour, I guess we got it wrong. There was a lot of work that we have done in the last 9 months, and nothing's canceled. Just FYI, we're not canceling anything. At least it's not canceled yet. But we had
see that statement alone, like nothing's canceled, nothing's canceled. Well, at least nothing's canceled yet. It makes me think that this could have been a marketing ploy for him. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'm not leaning one way or another completely, because I know he's always got tricks and stunts. And the fact that he still hasn't canceled it, and instead he's on his IG Lives playing gospel music and love bombing them more, has me thinking he did this as a tactic to get them to be like, no, please don't cancel it. Oh, we ain't been supporting you. Oh, Martha, we got money. I got money. I'm gonna buy a ticket. Oh, I'm gonna buy 5 tickets. I'm gonna go in debt. I'm gonna use my Capital One credit card for this. Like all that. It's got me, it can go either way. So I'm just wait this one out in that way. Y'all know when I know, I'll tell y'all no. When I'm unsure, I ain't gonna be just saying stuff just to be saying it. Neil is saying Crystal, Corey, and one of his chefs were visiting restaurants. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I'm not sure if you meant for this event or for yeah, I'm not sure. Were they scouting for places? What I will say, and the reason I even put this up, is Crystal and Corey are no longer with him. Crystal's been excommunicated as a friend and person who was working for him, and Corey has been fired as his videographer. Oh, unless you mean Corey the bartender, because there are 2 Coreys. So if you mean Corey the bartender, he's still around. Corey the videographer also got fired a week or 2 ago, whatever it was. And I don't know the other chef guy, but I know that they say Ramon was fired a little while back too, a couple weeks ago. He just axing them left and right. Thank you so much, S. Marley, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, friend. All right, let's continue a little bit more of this.
okay, bye. I'll talk to you later. We've been working on Three Kings on tour for the last 9 months, give or take. So a very, very, very long time. And looking at ticket sales, and we go, oh, we thought ticket sales were going to sell a little easier than this, and they are not. So it makes makes us sort of go, okay, what did we do? What did we get wrong? What did we not get right? What are we not listening to? What are we not hearing? What seems to be sort of our issues here, right? And so we were live on Instagram, and I heard quite a few things that I go, oh my gosh, I guess we never considered this or that or the third. So, and I'll tell you this, there really was no consensus, right? Because you have half say one thing, half say something that cancels that out, right? Half will come back and say something else, and then half. So it's
y'all see how this is gaslighting? So now he's come over. That's why he's telling the people who were on the Instagram live, oh, if y'all was on Instagram, y'all don't need to listen to this. Just go ahead about your business. This ain't concerning y'all. Because now he about to gaslight the Facebook group with not even what really happened. So now he's saying half said this. Well, he's repeating that old false narrative. Half said this, half said that. You're literally reading random comments. How does reading random comments represent half the people? What?
It gets itself canceled out, so we never could really come to a conclusion, right? I'll tell you what I heard, what I'm able to surmise, and you could tell me yay or nay, or whatever the case may be. So
that's just a bunch of effing confusion. You on one platform talking to this group. For one, you just picking random comments, saying whatever you think the consensus is from these random comments. You then take that half-ass info you got and then take it over to this other group and say, hey, this is what I've surmised from this half-ass info that I pulled together based on what I saw and what I felt like paying attention to. Now I'm stating it to you as fact, and I want you to make a decision off this half-ass thing. He's creating a narrative. He's curating what he wants this end result to be. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And he's smarter than that. So some of y'all might be like, well, maybe he don't really know how to like pull a poll together and figure that out and get, he don't care about none of that. He don't really want their opinions. It's not about them. It's his, he's a narcissist. It's a sociopath too. He's created what he wants to happen in his head. And now he's playing with both sides of both of these platforms to make it happen. And then they're confused because the Facebook people didn't see the Instagram live. Most of the Instagram people didn't see the Facebook live. So they just going off of what he say. And he's always, like he said in that other stuff, I'm 115,000% transparent all of the time. Some of them believe that bullshit. Some of them do. So they take whatever he say as law, and he's lying and gaslighting them 24/7.
The first thing I heard was the location, right? We knew the location was going to be a problem. We knew the location was going to be an issue. Half of you say, oh, the location's fine.
Where's this half number coming from? I'm sorry, y'all, because I'm an analytical person. I'm always charting and graphing and comparisons and all that. So the fact that he keeps using this half is bothering me because you reading 20 or 30 comments out of 700 people watching, ain't half your audience. So it's irking me. From a statistical standpoint, it's irking to hear him keep saying half.
Hey, Darius, it's no big deal. And then half of you say, Darius, the location is a problem for me. It's a little too far from where I live, right? And so the issue with that is that we reached out. Look, Quincy, we have a full-time researcher. You may not know this. We have a full-time person that works for us. And her only job is to plan this, right? It's her only job. And we reached out to every venue within an hour of the city of Chicago. Every venue within 1 hour of Chicago, we've called. We've reached out to. Nobody would allow us to do this the way we wanted to do it, except for the place that we booked. We feel like that's a lot compared to doing what we're doing for the Three Kings, right? So, am I missing anything? Right. So the Hennessy theme and what you're offering for the money does not add up. Should have stuck to the normal 7-course menu and just brought new dishes. Yep. Heard that. Definitely heard that. Definitely heard that, boy. I definitely hear you on that. Is what it sounds like. Got it. Got it. Because here's the thing, if we did the whole short rib and stuffed chicken thing, you'd be like, that doesn't sound exciting. If we go, no, it's in we rented so if I was gonna do a 10-city tour, I would need $200,000 just for the venues. Why not in Chicago, ton of venues? None of them will let us do what we needed to do, babe. If you know anything about planning an event in Chicago, you have to use their caterers, you have to use their chefs, you have to use their approved vendors. That's why. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but call a venue right now in Chicago and say, I want to bring my own food. I want to bring my own liquor. See what they're going to tell you. In fact, they told LaQuincy, good luck finding a space. Good luck finding a space in Chicago that's going to allow you to do this. And they were right. They were absolutely right. Well, we wanted to start with Chicago. That would have been nice to start with Chicago, but if we have to find, it took us literally 9 months to plan Chicago. How much do you think is going to cost us to plan a new city? How much time do you think? Yeah, she already called that place, the Marina. She called it already. They won't allow us to do it. I told you, she's called at least 70 places within an hour of Chicago. I don't know if you hear me or not on this. And so we thought about.
Hasn't that number now changed? I don't recall hearing 70 before. I know it was hard for me to keep up because I never wrote it down, but it wasn't 70. Hadn't that number changed now? And we now have listened to nearly an hour on the other part, the IG lies part. Now we hear on Facebook lies, and the number has changed. Girl, get your lies straight.
Had the issue planning a wedding. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. The other thing we also thought about was, we could change the menu, but the problem with changing a menu is that it's already out there, right? And if you are...
Wait, so when y'all said 59 to 69, was those the numbers he was saying? Is that why my head it was hard for me to remember if it was 59 to 69? Because did I miss that he was jumping from 59 to 69 and now we're at 70? Is that what happened?
A leader or you work in leadership, then you should understand change management. Change management is extremely difficult, especially given social media, right? You're not sitting inside the four walls of a room where I could make a change and you all get it. The issue is going to be, you're going to need to work through change management, and it's going to take a year before you finally get it in your mind the menu has changed, right? Why did we start with Chicago? We started with Chicago because
So keep in mind, see, y'all gotta watch. This is a cult leader in action. This is and so it might sound innocent for you, when you like, oh, he was just telling the people on IG, they ain't gotta watch this again because they already heard what he said. No, the other real reason, the main reason, is because he don't want them to catch the ish we catching. Because he's just gonna create the new narrative, and he want them to have the narrative he gave them on the IG lies, and he want this Facebook lies group to get the narrative he's giving them. They can't commingle because then they're gonna be like, wait a minute, you told us this, you saying this now to them. Like, she does it all the time.
I was the king with the most followers, and we thought that since Dining with Darius Cooks sells out in Chicago, we thought it would be a deal. That's what we thought. But it sounds like you're not.
Dining with Darius, I don't know why he thought he could go from a 30-seat event, because Dining with Darius Crooks was 30 seats per dinner serving. He did 2 a night, depending on the city. He would do 2 a night. And I think in Chicago, he would do somewhere between 2 to 3 days, maybe close to 3 days. How he thought that number was going to translate to 300 people at $200 more is beyond me. The ego. Many of y'all have said it. The ego. And as Hey You There saying, he knows they're gullible. He thought they were that gullible. They ain't that gullible. They just showed you their limits.
Not getting enough for the value. I'm hearing we can't make a date out of the venue. We have entertainment. We have a DJ and we have a live singer. We have both of those.
I say the same thing here. Destined for greatness. He doesn't have the ability to handle anything over 30 seating. This was gonna be I'm okay either way, even if this thing continues, because it's gonna be an ish show. Darius Crooks does not have the ability to deal with that many people at one time. And even if LaQuinty, and let's say, I know Jeremy don't either, but let's say Corey, LaQuinty, and LaQuinty had the ability to do it. The problem is Darius Crooks would get in the way with his ego, narcissism, and controlling ways. So he would still make it be a mess. That is what I know for a fact. So no matter what, it was going to be a problem. And I just forgot, I did skip too early in that other one. Let me see if I can find it. He showed who the singer was going to be. And he said they were going to have a DJ. I think he said the DJ's name. I had never heard of the DJ. And then he said they were going to have a singer. And he showed a really brief clip of the singer. And it's somebody from Chicago who he know. Oh, here it is. I think that's it. I'm switching videos on y'all.
Gave this to us, literally. Right?
So this is the young lady who's singing. I'm from Chicago, but I'm not in the church scene and all that other stuff. There is know quite a few people. So I don't know who this person is. I don't know if she's like a social media person who happens to be from Chicago. I don't know, but I ain't heard of her. And I'm like, she sound okay, but it ain't enough for me to want to pay no money for her. But here she is. This was going to be the singer, or it might still be. Let me just pull this comment down.
I have it all right here. He just gave it to us, right? We just got it an hour ago, right? Because we had to confirm her. We can post this all day long. Flyers, DJ, and we have a live singer. We have both of those. But we didn't announce it at the beginning. So now, even if we announce it now, you still not going to know. We could tell you this right now. I could put the flyer out right now. As a matter of fact, Des just sent us the information. Look. He just sent us the information an hour ago on what to post. Here are the flyers. Here's the flyer for what you call it. He just gave this to us, literally. Right? I have it all right here. He just gave it to us, right? We just got it an hour ago, right? Because we had to confirm her. We can post this all day long. That's not going to move the needle, will it? No. Bad news travels fast.
Okay, now we back on the Facebook one. I just wanted to, I thought about the fact I didn't show y'all who the singer was. Who is that said Twittered and posted that girl already? Oh, I have it on the screen. Asia saying Twitter already posted her, right? And Shanice says, hi, you were right, Vel. Because I said in a previous recent video regarding this that Darius Crooks was going to end up hiring for the singing talent was going to be somebody from Chicago, probably that he knew, might be somebody from the gospel church scene, from the community church choir scene in Chicago. I knew he wasn't finna really spend no money. And he probably ain't even paying her and might be telling, because this is another one of Darius' tricks. He got me in the very beginning with this bull. Well, also, I was a friend, so I was trying to help him out. But what he'll do to people is say, well, you know, I have a large following. So instead of me paying you, you'll get exposure. So he'll barter for exposure. Now you're coming to my event. I'm going to have 300 people here. They're going to learn your name. You're going to have people here looking to have weddings and other events. And, you know, they'll bring your business cards because, you know, I could pay you, you know, $2,000. But then if we barter for this instead, that could result in $100,000 for you with all the people here that you could potentially get business with. That's how he rolled. What's her name again? Girl, did you get paid? Let us know. Jennifer Jones. Did he tell you about that old bartering for exposure? That's one of his grifts, girl. Don't buy it. You better get your $500 because he ain't going to pay you much more than that. You better get your $500. She been doing this a long time. And I know somebody said, I think that was Hey You There. He's a he, not a she. Yeah, it's something that is done in the gay community. So it just, yeah, I get you what you're saying, but yeah, that's what, yeah.
Good news does
It
not
applies.
travel fast on the internet. Bad news travels fast. Darius passed away. 20 minutes. It'll be on the Shade Room. Right?
Is she only a gospel singer? Because that's even worse. I don't want to hear no gospel. That ain't, not at that. No. And I love gospel music. Y'all, I mean, Patreon know I love gospel music. Patreon executive VPO. I play it all the time. But I ain't trying to hear them at dinner event at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. on a Friday. Henny and Hey, you there said Henny and gospel and Henny. Yeah, I ain't trying to mix the two. I ain't really feeling that. Gospel music and fish plates. I couldn't hear what she was singing. I thought she might be a soul singer. Jazz or R&B is perfect while dining, not gospel. Yeah, I would not. That would throw it off for me. That would totally throw it off for me. Hell, even I went to there's a pastor of a mega church here in Chicago. He had his, I think it was this was years ago, but like his 50th birthday party, he had Lettucey there. Lettucey sung at the pastor's birthday party. That's what I'm talking about. I want a name. Now, if that pastor could afford to have Lettucey there, Darius Crooks, who proclaims that he's a multimillionaire literally daily, should have been able to have, hell, Drew Hill, somebody, even an old 90s group. No, it's Pastor Hannah. New Life Covenant Southeast. Pastor Hannah. Pastor John F. Hannah.
You know, Darius got arrested. You know, he's facing criminal charges in 20 minutes.
Darius Crooks is a very cheap person. That's why he always talks about money, but that money is for him. Anytime it comes to giving other people money, fair compensation, being equitable and fair, he's not getting down with that. That's not going to happen. So he's always going to make sure that the person who he is doing business with gets the lesser, even if it's a business partnership. He would never do 50-50. He wouldn't even do 40-60. It need to be pretty much 80-20, and then he's going to still cheat you out your 20. Really 90-10, and he's going to cheat you out of your 10. That's how he roll. That's the true Darius Crooks. I don't call him Darius Crooks for no reason. Trust me, I ain't bored with life. I can talk about way many more things, but I prefer to include warning people about this predator out there because I've seen him at work with his satanic garment.
You know that.
See what he was saying, something.
Right? You know, Darius got arrested. You know, he's facing criminal charges in 20 minutes. You know that. You would know that in 20 minutes. We changed the menu, girl, 2 months from now. You did? When you do that?
Do y'all think that was a self-prophecy? Darius Crooks arrested on criminal charges. I believe that I'm going to be able to use this clip. That's why I removed the comments. I believe the spirit just spoke to me in that moment. It was like, oh, you're going to be able to use this. This is going to come to fruition. And I'm going to be able to use him saying it himself as a part of the clip. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. Don't put no comments up for a minute because I'm going to need this because I'm going to clip this put this in my clip archive for when it happens. And I'm going to have him announce his own arrest.
News travels fast.
We're going to get a little bit more of that.
Because we had to confirm her.
Oh, damn, that's too far.
We can post this all day long. That's not going to move the needle, will it? No. Bad news travels fast. Good news does not travel fast on the internet. Bad news travels fast. Darius passed away. 20 minutes. It'll be on the shade room. Right? You know, Darius got arrested. You know, he's facing criminal charges. In 20 minutes, you know that. You would know that in 20 minutes. We changed the menu. Girl, 2 months from now. You did? When you do that? I'm be dining with Darius Cooks. I'm paying $289. The one from the state comes from Illinois State.
Okay, you're repeating all
The
that.
venues are booked already. So you want to go in and do your own event. These events have been booked since last year. Weddings.
All right, I'm bored. I saw Destiny said, whenever I have my event, my entertainment is confirmed and on the flyer. I saw another comment. I think you had something about planning it earlier. So that's the other piece. What kind of planning are you guys, this group of brilliant, supposedly very rich, and they love to say it's because we hating on black men and we don't want black men to succeed. That's some BS. This is a group of black men who have proclaimed that they are the best. That they better than everybody else. This is Darius Crooks' brilliant idea. Nobody else has ever done this before. Event of a lifetime, all this. Y'all better than everybody. Y'all richer than everybody. That's y'all didn't put yourself in that position for us to say, well, show us. We're just saying, show us what you're telling us. And you ain't been able to do that and you failed miserably. But part of it is you putting out this, you saying you providing this grand experience for $300 to $400, and you started selling the tickets without the menu, without a list of who's the entertainer, what kind of a DJ, whatever. The event is now 2 weeks away, basically. And today, you just getting your flyers together or your promo together for who the singer is. You're just confirming a singer? What? This was supposed to be done before everything went out, before the tickets went on. People should have been receiving this information as a complete package. On top of that, you might want to get a singer that's known. Like for this kind of money. I ain't saying Anita Baker. I ain't saying Sade coming out of retirement. But I am saying, can I get somebody who is a TikToker or something? A TikToker that went viral or something? I mean, you're supposed to be so connected. Right. Neil said they are planning their escape. All right, I'm going to do a few comments. We got quite a bit start, so I'm going to just do some of them. This is way in the beginning. Let me see. Did I do? Oh. One more thing I wanted to do. This gaslighting thing that Darius Crooks does about the exposing group. He's gaslighting his followers because he really doesn't want them to look into the exposed groups. He wants to keep them away from the truth and the light. And so he'll do things like this that if you don't pay real close attention, you'd be like, oh, Darius Crooks, he's truthful because he doesn't mind his followers watching these people or watching what's out there. I know the opposite because I've seen all this.
He's that.
Oh, that's
He did. I threw them brownies out, child. He's this. He's that. He does this. He lies about this. He lies about that. He steals from this. He steals from there. He's ugly. He's fat. He's gaining weight. His teeth look big. His ears curl up. You know, this hashtag is insane. Y'all, so you mean to tell me y'all haven't seen the hashtag? Is that what I'm hearing? You should go look at it. It's very interesting. I've not seen it in, and this is no exaggeration, I've not been on that hashtag in at least 2 years.
That's a lie, because the stuff he's saying that people are saying about him, people have said recently. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Also, yes, his he has developed a lisp, and I don't know what's going on with that. I think his teeth are starting to fall down. I'm like, I noticed it the other night when I showed y'all the dating, him going on that dating show, the gay dating show, high and drunk, as he said. And I was like, why is he? I thought it was because he was slurring his speech because he was drunk and high. But then another video somebody else pointed out, I'm like, yes, it sounds like his teeth are starting to slip down a little bit. It's sounding like his teeth were sounding when he first got the what they call them things when he first got the veneers removed, and he was whistling through his teeth because they were so separated apart. God is mad at you, Crooks, because he is. Oh my God, your life is becoming such a joke, and I knew you back when, and your life is such a joke. Oh my God, sad. It's sad. Also, this man, this multimillionaire who brags about his money on a daily basis, obviously lives in the ghetto. He lives in the hood. All you hearing is a dog barking. Darius Cooks ain't got no dogs, no kids, no nothing, because he don't like nobody but himself. So you hear this dog barking constantly. It sounds like he lives in the hood. I know where he lives, and it is the hood. I wouldn't dox him unless he causes me to do him that way. But he lives in the hood. And he's a multimillionaire and bragging about how rich he is. But I'm like, why is your house in the hood? And then it's supposed to be a gated community, but it's like, let me stop. Because it ain't. Let me go.
I've not been on that hashtag in at least 2 years. I swear to you, I'm not lying to you. I have not been on that hashtag in at least 2 years. But go look at it. It's very, very, it's got to be very interesting. Yeah, if I were you, I would go read it. Go look at it. I think it's a very interesting afternoon read. If you can stomach it. Like if it's not going to make you feel some kind of way, or it's not going to put you in like a depression or anxiety, it would be interesting for you to look at. Because you're here with me every day, all day, twice on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We hear a lot. So it would be interesting for you to see it, and then for me to get your perspective on it. You know, it'd be so interesting, I think, just to see it. Look, Mama Karen said, don't go. You found him. He's obsessed. So I told you. It made me a little upset after a while. It's fine. It's fine. Again, if you can stomach it, I'm not going to actually do anything you can't stomach. I know it could be a little tough, which is why I don't.
If you can stomach it. Now, he's telling them originally, going on over there and see what they've been saying about me with all the receipts. He ain't saying that part. And now he tries to act like it's only people who talks about his looks and all that. Yes, again, I told y'all, there's factual info about all his scamming, crimes, and all of that stuff. But also to just keep it interesting, people add humor to it. That's the part he want to focus on and act like it's just people playing the dozens and dragging him, when no, it's literally receipts over there as well. But he's like, if you can stomach it though, yeah, I know it's a little disgusting, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he's trying to make it sound like it's debauchery in the post about him over there on Twitter under the hashtag Darius Crooks. So it's like he really don't want them over there. So he's trying to let them know, I'm aware of it. Y'all going over there. I think it's interesting, but it's so disgusting. And I wouldn't want y'all to feel that way. If you know you got a weak stomach, don't worry about going over there. He's basically creating a narrative that it's like, oh, don't go over there, it's porn. Basically. He's gaslighting them. And they like, oh my God, I will never go over there then. I don't want to see nothing like that. It's like, no, it's literally receipts of his scams and crimes that prove that we're not just saying he's a scammer. We're speaking facts.
Subscribe. They say, oh, did you see what so-and-so said? No. No, I didn't see what they said. Oh, they on your ass, my boy, on Twitter. No, Mom, I don't have Twitter. Ain't nothing on my ass.
That's a lie when he says he's not on Twitter. His account, he did delete his original, his Darius Williams account, or Darius Crooks account, whatever it was called at the time. But he's under there as his bots. We know because he'll bring the information over, and it ain't just from people sharing it with him. He sees it himself because he'll sometimes respond as his in his burner accounts and give himself away. I have screenshots of it. He's done it to me.
I don't see nothing. Listen to Mama, she said, don't go. Yeah, she'll lead you down the right path. You know, if you hanging on by a thread as it is, I want to see it. Listen, that's why I gave you a warning.
Thank you, A of 520. That's one of his burner accounts. BetCar40. That one has harassed me as well. It's Darius Crooks. It's his burner account. He play in their face all the time. Because when they go over there, they ain't gonna know BetCar40 is him. We know. We've all figured it out. And he's been over there. This one he's had literally since 2021 when people started really airing him out. I've seen this one a multitude of times going back and forth with people on Twitter.
If you can stomach it, you know, I think it would be very interesting for you guys to look at it and see it. She said, I'm a crispy calling my family to death. You can look at it and see it. If not, you know, you don't have to go, look at it. It's fine. Child, your gravy got Twitter in an uproar. Good thing I don't have Twitter.
Okay, that was the main part I wanted to share. It's longer, but who cares? So we're trying to get out of here now. Oh, wow. We already 3 hours. So Penguin's Party says, Darius is always in some drama. There's got to be some truth in it somewhere. Everybody ain't lying on you, Darius. There's truth in literally every piece of it. The only thing that I see, Penguins, I think is how that's pronounced, Party, is people get facts confused, and sometimes people take a bit of a rumor or something and they run with it, or someone states a misfact, like it's based in fact, but somebody got it wrong and they state it as a fact, and then people run with it. That's the only thing that I see, but none of this is like completely made up. It's just sometimes people get facts wrong and run with it. But all this drama that Darius Crooks is in and has been in is all due to himself. No, you can't look at people who are successful and say automatically because they're successful, they have all this heat and drama around them. This is a very unique situation that Darius Crooks and others like a P. Diddy find themselves in, but it's due to their own doing. It ain't just people just hating because they're successful. No, you created this environment over the years of your predatory practices. And it finally comes down on you when people start banding together. There's power in numbers. It took time. You'll hear people say, why they just coming out, or why they ain't sue and all of that. Who gonna sue somebody over a $25 cookbook they never got? Who gonna sue over, something that they were part of an affiliate program in this pound cake company, and he kept charging their bank card, but they were able to get the charges reversed after fighting it for a couple months? Who gonna take somebody to court for that? He can't get arrested for that. Well, he could if it takes a lot to get somebody arrested for that. And then there could at this point already be a class action suit against Darius Crooks. The problem is you would have to get all these various people from all over the country who don't know each other to band together to want to put that together. And many of the people have been made whole again by their banks or whatever situation, or they just feel like it's not worth it. I lost $100 with him. I'll never buy anything from him again. I now see that everybody was telling the truth about him, and I'm going to just let it go. There's a lot of stories like that. My best friend got scammed by Darius Crooks back in the day before any of y'all knew, when he was still Darius Williams, before that Darius Cooks name came out. Got scammed. My best friend got scammed by him for well over $1,000 with his cupcake gallery investment scheme. And my friend didn't get all his money back. Most people didn't get none of it back. Some got a little bit of it back. But my friend, even into his dying, he passed away last year, he was like, that money, I realized who he was. I lost that money, and I just moved on with life. Like he didn't have the paperwork no more, because I was even trying to get the paperwork from him. And he's like, I ain't got that no more. I just threw that stuff away. It's a lot of people like that. A lot of people don't want to, they not internet bloggers and stuff. They not going to do everything I'm doing. They like, whatever. Think of times y'all got cheated. Some of y'all go hard no matter what. Somebody cheat y'all out of $5 and y'all about to go take their family for ransom. I understand that, but that's not the norm. That is not the norm. So that is why Darius Crooks has been able to get away with what he's gotten away with for so long. As Sonny Anderson said, another person who he's cyberbullied, doxed, and harassed, who tried to help him. She the reason why he even got a little name now. She says the reason he's been able to get away with what he's gotten away with for so long is because he is a penny scammer. And I thought that was a perfect way to sum it up. He's a penny scammer. He doesn't steal thousands or hundreds of thousands from people. He steals pennies, couple hundred here. Well, now it's escalated. You know, it was $50 here, $25 there. Now it's, 100 here, maybe 200 here, whatever, from individuals, and all Black people mostly. So that's why he's been getting away with it for so long. If his base, his followers were primarily Caucasian, he would have been locked up. He would have been locked up. Y'all let people get away with all kind of stuff. Just is what it is. He knows his market. But with that, I thank all of you for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button if you haven't hit it as of yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel. We'll be doing more of these watch parties as we wait for God and the law to take control over the situation. And thank you to my backstage moderator, Precious G, my front stage moderators. I know I saw Alice and Marianne and everybody else. I'm sorry, y'all, it's late and I'm tired now, so I can't remember who else I saw. But everybody else, I appreciate all of y'all. Marlena B, I see. And Donna Hammond, I know I saw her earlier, Shanice. But with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.
With my eyes closed, it's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron boy, young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Cooks on my radio show. Might have been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And Justice was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show. It is his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. And so he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers. And even just was just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into the place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely, you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.